Hello? Hold on, let me see if I can fix my mic. Hey, there you go. I can hear you. Awesome.
Hey, Victor Tuba.
This is a tuba.
You there, Ninja? I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There.
Awesome.
Yes, I can.
We good.
Oh,
All right. Send me an invite when you're ready.
all right. I'm just got sucked into it. Was Victor Tuba happened to be on my team? I haven't seen him since everybody left the clan.
Denied. You're a liar. Yeah, I like how they're taking this friendship thing. Xbox taking this friendship thing. That's pretty serious. Now they have to have like a confirmation. Like, are we actually friends?
Yeah,
Like, no.
that's fucking weird.
It's like, no, we are not friends. Don't lie. You.
And they presented me with like this big list of people that like are not full friends. They're followers now. They really used to be friends, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? I'm not going through that whole list.
No.
Like if they're important, like I'll find them.
Yeah.
Like,
Right? Like, if
because it was like 700 people or something. I'm like, holy crap.
so, what's
That's a
the
lot
last
of
game we played with each other? You know.
Yeah.
When's the last time we
Well, so
actually?
many people have changed their names. That,
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't even have a clue. Because I don't delete people unless they give me a reason to.
Well, I went through
So,
actual, purge of friends and just to see, because I don't want to keep the people around them. I'm just looking at what games they're playing, and or they're rejecting their invites every time they send it. And I was like, I don't. We're not
Yeah.
really friends then,
No, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how half the people are on my friends list are anymore. Because like, I don't remember what game I played with them. I don't know who they are.
You should write them a personal letter that like you want to reestablish friendship and try it and see if it works out. Like just
I just kind of look at it like, I thought you were cool enough to be my friend
Yeah,
once,
right.
and so that gets you onto the exclusive list of my friends list.
Yeah, right.
I might need a reminder of who you
Yeah,
are,
right.
but like, I'm sure if you're still cool as you were when I met you, then like, you know. Oh, I just got a message from Astronomad. I wonder if it's hate now. Astronomad. Oh, it's Astronomad. Hey, that's that British guy.
British guy.
I remember now.
I held this. There you go. What did that turn off?
Yeah, there was like 3 British guys that joined, and they were from like a diamond clan, so like they were like really good, but like I couldn't convince everybody to like. I just got sick and tired of like trying to convince a bunch of people that don't want to play a game to play a game.
Yeah. They need incentives,
It's a lot of
that's
work,
all.
you know. Yeah,
They just need incentives.
I can't blame them for not wanting to play. It's definitely tedious sometimes.
It is. Take some dedication and some reminding, like, we need to be on the team.
Yeah. But now, like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about drama. I just sit back, get bashed, and enjoy it. And, like, I don't know. It's funny because, like, everybody's getting along, but, like, there's a couple, like, things.
Yeah.
The one guy's drunk all the time, and, like, nobody wants to be on a team with him because he kind of
Maybe,
sucks when he's
maybe you
drunk.
should color code them and categorize your friends and
Yeah.
and then just make up like categories that are just that don't exist. Like you are the blue shirt guy, or like you're the
Wonder what category captain would land in.
category with captain. Yeah, you have to make one up that if you found out what your categories were, he'd be slightly insulted and actually want to know more.
Yeah. He's definitely would be in a category all of his own. For sure.
He's the guy with the relics, right? No, that's teacher, dark teacher, right?
Yeah, Captain was the guy that yelled at everybody.
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yep. Sending you an invite too. There you go. I terribly embarrassed myself.
Okay. Oh, there we go. We got it. Ready.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's another button. That's a button. Why isn't it working?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I was in competition. Oh,
I think the turkey is just a flightless vulture. But
say
I
again?
think the turkey is just a flightless vulture.
It is. Definitely similar, I think.
But it was taught with etiquette, so it doesn't eat like it doesn't scavenge for its food.
It's definitely like 100% better than ham.
Yeah. Ham. Yeah.
I don't, yeah. I feel like ham's is it's like a complete cop out of holiday dinner.
Dude, I think like some guy had sex with a dog or whatever animal, and the pig came out, and that's why it was like abominable. It looks so much like the flesh looks like something like if it was human, you know. But the only problem is,
It's definitely one of the most similar to human flesh.
yeah,
We use it all the time for science.
it must be cursed because it doesn't sweat or anything.
It rolls around in its own feces.
Yeah, what a weird. But it tastes so
Oh,
good.
dude, one second here. Yeah, it's not bad. I gotta admit, I like bacon. I like fucking. Ham's good. Just I can't compare it to turkey.
Yeah. I really like pork.
Oh.
And I
I have a friend that used to call it. He wouldn't call them pigs. He called them land dogs.
lamb dogs.
Land
That
dogs.
sounds nasty.
He was Jamaican, so I think he made up his own words.
He's Jamaican.
Yeah.
To the man dog.
Yeah, he's
Blood clot.
He says, "I will not eat the unclean animal."
I want to raise.
And Actually, he's the one that was the Seventh Day Adventist priest.
Oh,
But before he was the Seventh Day Adventist priest, he was a college student that came up with his own religion called Fordism. He carried the Bible around his neck on a string. He's a pretty entertaining guy.
oh, hey, you carried the Bible on his neck?
He made his own Bible.
Wow.
Fordism. Because he has like an alternate personality, or did in college, called Ford Fingerton.
Ford Fingerton? I'm sorry for repeating
Yeah.
everything you're saying, but I just needed to say it to
And
myself.
he just made his own religion. And one of the parts of his religion was no eating the land dog. He also had a whole section on liberating the oppressed garden gnomes of the world. So he would steal people's garden gnomes, and then he would
That's
take them
so
out of the
wrong.
country and let them go on the side of the road. But not in his eyes. He was freeing them from their unjust oppression.
That's so wrong. They got a job at a freaking, what do you call that? It's chip.
Yeah, Garth Flowers.
What you call it? Scuvia? No. It's a trip advisor or something.
Okay.
The gnomes that they work.
Oh, crap. Oh, it's right behind me.
Oh, it's better.
Oh, man, why can't I find this thing? Kill me. Kill me. Come on, where is it?
What are you looking for?
Stupid robot. This stupid game. Fucking Transformer game. And it fucking... I know if I don't find him... There he is. Okay. If I didn't find him, I'd forget which one I was looking for, and then I'd just forget about him and he'd disappear. And that would help me very little.
Are you playing like a mobile game?
Yeah, it's fucking, there's a lot of robots in that game.
They got,
Like a lot. I think there's, because you can pick whether you're Decepticon or Autobots.
I think I had that too, man.
Or some
Do
Decepticon.
you willfully like
And,
transform and stuff? Or,
No, you just like collect the Transformers.
oh, okay.
But there's like 450 some odd fucking Decepticons.
Oh,
Like there's a lot of Decepticons. All with like names, backstories, secret, special weapons, special moves, different attacks.
you don't transform though, like into like vehicles.
They do.
Do you
Yep.
do you control that?
Jets and basically you attack bases.
Okay.
Other players' bases.
Okay. Oh, so it's a multiplayer thing.
But you can like eventually, if you collect the whole team, you can like make those combiners where they turn into one big robot, and you can attack people's bases
the
with
yellow
those.
guys.
And they're like unstoppable. Like I just got one that like I haven't even leveled them up, and I can just go like jump right on top of someone's base and like smush all their guns, and then blow up their headquarters, and they can't do anything about it. Like it's just like fucking absolutely devastating.
I thought.
And then there's Titans that's even bigger than those combiners. And the Titans are like, you'll like attack a base, and then all of a sudden you'll see on the right side of the screen, it's like, oh shit, there's a Titan here. And then this giant robot that's like hundreds of feet tall, fucking just starts unloading on you. And they're pretty hard to beat. I haven't beat one of those bases yet.
For Android or for freaking?
I think it's for both. It's actually a pretty good game. It's like you can like do both. You can like get Autobots and Decepticons. But I always make fun of those people and I lift them off and chat all the time. So I'm like Decepticons rule, and then I'm always going on about how much I hate Bumblebee. So I'll make up stuff like I heard Bumblebee goes to fucking P Diddy parties and hangs out with GoBots.
I love the GoBots. I couldn't. I didn't have cable
Like
and all that
GoBots.
shit.
Well, Transformers were definitely
Yeah.
cool and bigger. I always argue though that the GoBots transform faster. In my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I was surprised by how many robots there is in that game. Because like on top of the 450 Decepticons, you can also get like, I don't know how many there is, but like those smaller like combat bots
Yeah.
that like team up with the other
Like
Transformers.
the guy with the tape deck one.
Yeah,
Sound
those little guys.
Soundwave.
So like,
He's the
so that
dopest
you
one.
can. What's
He's
that?
the best one because he has a tape deck dog.
Yeah, he's fucking good at. So like, you can team up all of those guys, like all the Decepticons with their own little combat bots. So like the different combinations have different like each one's got like different attacks and powers and stuff, and changes the way that like the Decepticons attack. And there's crossover. So this is where it gets crazy because I was a pretty big G.I. Joe fan, and Hasbro owns both. So there's
Hey, they limit the fucking
Crossbow.
ammo
Crossbow.
on the laser cannons.
Yes.
On the laser shotguns.
yeah, everything, man.
That's stupid.
Everything. Machine guns,
Give me my infinite ammo
even
back.
the spark.
What?
Oops,
Give me my infinite ammo back.
spark. Like I'm almost out of ammo right now.
Yeah. What the fuck?
But they do. Oh no, we got a fucking hero here. He's gonna fucking run into me, so I can't fucking get to the fucking track. Genius, buddy. That's genius. Like what the fuck? If we lose because of that guy, I'm gonna fucking.
No, we
break
got
out
it.
his name and I'm
We're-
gonna
it-
fucking
someone's
find
dead.
him.
We got this.
Yeah, so there's you know the guy with the cassette tape.
Yeah. Soundwave.
Yep. So he at some point teamed up with Cobra
G.I. Joes.
and G.I. Joe, and basically like they soup him up so that he's a giant tank, which doesn't really make
No, it
sense. But
doesn't.
Cobra Commander drives him around. So instead of a combat pod, he has Cobra Commander to drive.
That's kind of sick though. Does
Yeah.
Dog still come out?
I've also got there's Skyward. He's one of the like Decepticon thugs. He's kind of like he's like Crab and Goyle from Harry Potter. He's like kind of like extras,
Yeah.
expendable guys. But he got made over by by Cobra as well, and he has Storm Shadow flying him because he's a jet. And then there's one that's a Baroness drives apparently. I don't have that one yet though.
I'll have to take a look at that man. I had
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
had
cool.
it for like a little
And I
bit.
haven't put a penny into it, so it's I like that because it's like a grindy game, but like you can do it without money
Hmm.
and compete with people. Like there's like it's just like one of those things. If you have like kind of time on your hands, you can just go and you keep upgrading your robots and they get bigger. And
I think I got it.
if you like start playing it, we should fucking start our own alliance because I hate the fucking morons that are in mine.
Okay, I'll do that. 'Cause I can't. I'm kind of like one task a week or something. I can barely get shit done for some reason. Like my concentration is just not there.
What's
my
that?
concentration is like really not there. Like I'll just like set a goal for the week or something, and it'll just fly past my head.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Like it'll just fly past my
sorry.
head. Like if I try to set myself some goals and stuff.
I say like I downloaded it just to check it out, and like I right away was addicted to it
Okay.
because it's pretty fun. Because like they're pretty generous with giving you like you get crystals, and those basically you catch them and then you get like a random robot unlocked.
Okay.
So like basically they give those away pretty freely at the at events and stuff. So you can keep like at the start you get a lot of bots because like you don't have any yet unlocked, but like eventually it gets to where you only have a couple you need and you can't get them kind of thing.
Okay. But
But
each one is like a different type of tier and rank and stuff. You can't just upgrade the one and have it dominate over all of them.
like you can sort of.
Okay.
So like they go up in levels, and then like at a certain level you have to upgrade them to get up more levels.
Okay.
So then like, and it keeps going that way. So like basically what you do is you have your squad of favorite ones that you like using, and you kind of focus on upgrading those. Because there's different like combinations and stuff. Like some other powers like are like buffed by other powers from different ones and shit. So
they
like,
work good with each
you can
other.
get synergies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's like, what do they get? There's like all these Decepticons I've never heard of, because there's like every Decepticon.
Is it
that's
only
ever,
for
like,
mobile?
had the face of it.
Oh.
I think so.
Okay.
Might be for PC as well.
Yeah, like I'll search that for PC. It's
called-
cross-platform.
It's called Earth Wars.
Earth Wars, huh?
Earth Wars. Transformers Earth Wars, yeah. But it's fucking... That was the one thing that really pissed me off right away. And I definitely would warn you to not make the mistake I did. Because there's a star system. So like, you unlock characters, and they're like, usually 2 stars, and then once in a while a 3-star, or maybe even a 4-star. So if you get a character that's a 2-star, you think, cool, I'm gonna like, upgrade this character. Don't do that, because you can never make a 2-star into a 3-star. You have to wait until you get a 3-star. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time, because 2 stars aren't worth fucking shit.
Okay.
Because you need 3-star ones to make the teams. So if you have a 2-star, you can have all 2-star teams, but it won't register as a team until they're 3 stars. Stupid.
I'll keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
it's kind of annoying,
3
but-
stars. Fuck 2 stars.
Yeah. Yeah, don't, yeah, because I just went in there and I was like, I like this guy, and this guy, and I'm going to just start upgrading them. But, like, if you do that, you're just, like, pumping resources into robots that are worthless.
Ah, good.
And then, like, so, like, when you get a 3-star of that same bot, you're like, what the fuck? I just raised this one up to level 30. Now I got a 3-star one. I got to start over. Yep, that's the way it works. Like, what the fuck? I was so mad. I went on this chat and I'm like, are you kidding me? I wasted all this time fucking upgrading these bots, and now they're just like,
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the tip.
No.
Saving me the letdown. Fucking hate that.
Yeah, I even got in a fight with a guy about because he's like, because I was like, so like, are my like 2-star robots like completely, what was it? Obsolete? And some guy fucking goes, big long answer, Mr. Know-It-All, and then all of a sudden he's like, but it's redundant, not obsolete. I was like, actually, if it was redundant, that would mean I would have 2-star fucking robots at the same. So, no, it is obsolete. I was like, maybe make sure you're right before you go around correcting people, because you look like an asshole. And then everybody started yelling at me to calm down. It's like, why? Just fucking helping the guy out, give him some tips on how to work life. You know?
Right. Some people need it to hear it.
Yep. It shut him up though. He definitely didn't try to correct me anymore. What do we do? What is this? How do we get in here?
The freaking the arena.
That was weird. I don't remember the arena. I like it
Yeah.
though. No, I just had a job interview from the other day. But it, like, right away, the first thing that they give me when I go to the job interview is a fucking math test.
A math test at the job interview. It's like, hold up. I think you're
Yeah.
gonna be paying me for this.
Shit. And math's not my greatest subject, so like,
Well, a little simple, basic math, right?
But-
Nothing extracurricular.
mostly, some of it was like,
Trigonometry.
some of it was like
Calculus.
I just guessed. It was like, no, it was like fractions, and I blame you Americans and your imperial system, and you're clinging to it still. So we have to fucking learn fractions.
What's wrong with fractions? It's,
Well, it's a lot more complicated because you have to convert the fractions into fucking decimals to use it in metric.
yeah, that's weird. I always thought that was weird. It was very confusing when they did that.
Yeah, it's annoying because like I don't know it off the top of my head the formula on how to do that, and they kind of expect me to
Yeah.
because it's like a factory type setting. But I knocked the blueprint like section of the test out of the park. I knew that stuff,
Nice. Blueprint?
but that math test probably got me. Pisses me off because that place pays really good. It's got a unit and everything.
Why don't you
It's just
why
like
do you,
too good to be
why do you
true.
seduce somebody that's higher up in the ladder?
I would love to. I would sell my ass to someone up on the ladder.
Dude,
I wouldn't care.
Just go fuck.
Give me a
That
fucking
guy's
job.
totally just pulling strings. Like when the guy, if he's just doing interviews and that's all he does, he's totally not giving you like the full
Actually, it was a
advantage.
panel of 3 people.
Really? Let's go
Yeah.
kick their asses.
Well, it was 2 because it was kind of weird because like my appointment was at like 3 o'clock, and I showed up where I was supposed to and told security like I was supposed to, and then nobody came and got me for like 15 minutes.
Oh,
And then it was just like one guy, and then he was like, yeah, we don't know where HR is. And I was like, okay, well, HR is the one that was messaging me to show up here. And they're like, yeah, well, no one knows where they are. I was like, oh, okay. So then, like, the woman that had sent me the invitation just wasn't at my interview. Which is, that's weird.
yeah.
Way to run a company. Because, like, it's a really big company. It's like $1 billion company. I think they make the same thing as they used to. They used to be FAG bearings, which is pretty funny. Called them fag bearings.
That's
But they got bought out by a German company, so now they're Schaeffler.
Shapler. Okay, that's better than get
Schaeffler, yeah. Yeah. But the funny part is like when the like Soviet Union collapsed,
Uh-oh.
they declassified the fucking target lists, and that factory had an ICBM pointed at it,
RCBM. What?
which I think is like a nuke
Oh,
was pointed at that
Oh, wow.
town in that factory because they made bearings for everything, right? So like taking that out would be a critical hit to the war effort, kind of thing.
hmm.
Which, if you saw this town that it's in, you'd be like, maybe the Russians aren't so bad
No.
because this place needs to be wiped out with nuclear fire. Everyone knows it.
The Germans, right?
No, like the towns that's factories
Oh,
in Canada.
In-
I would welcome a nuke from any country.
But it's a nuke in your country. Wouldn't that like be not usable for like a generation or so?
You break it up.
Wouldn't nuking like a country make it unusable for like an eon or something?
Yes. Yeah, and that's definitely what needs to happen to this city.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bad place. Armpit of the world. It's like you know in high school there's like those like kids that like drama so much that they like go to like extracurricular clubs and stuff and act like queers and you know those
Yeah.
guys. The drama club guys.
That's
So
what.
this is a whole city of it. Because this is where because they have the Stratford Festival, so it's like it's all basically like themed on fucking Shakespeare. They copied the names of all the fucking things in England, so it's Stratford on the Avon, which they named the river that goes through it, the Avon River, and like all the fucking like everything's all named after Shakespeare. It's all very. It
Poetic.
should be copyright infringement.
Everything's poetic.
Oh, it's fucking something, man. But like, so this sounds like, I made a meme of a fucking Stratford, Ontario will steal your wallet and help you look for it, because that's the type of people they are.
It's
It's just like anything nailed down gets stolen. Yeah, like it's really bad there, and everybody knows it. But like, the city's income depends highly on tourism, so like they don't like the idea of tourists seeing any kind of crime, so they they literally will go around and get all their like homeless people and buy them motel rooms.
Oh,
Yeah, so that like people don't see, but only during tourist season. Since tourist season ends, they throw them in jail or outside or whatever.
who's tourist season? Like you can actually hunt tourists, or like that's when tourists can show up.
That's when like all the Americans basically show up because of like Stratford Festival.
Okay.
Because this city has like multiple like theaters, so they do all like Shakespeare's plays.
Oh, it's like in New York.
Like kind of,
Okay.
but like more Shakespeare
Shakespeare-y.
themed. It's where William Shatner got his start.
Oh, okay. William Shatner's from Star Trek.
Yep. The Captain Kirk. Which is funny because he's like maybe one of the worst actors on the planet. He's like overacting terribly all the time.
I like. I'm more of a Captain Picard. That's a time in Star Trek I came into view. The Next Generation.
Picard's fucking way
Yeah,
cooler, man.
he's awesome.
He's a badass. Girls think he's hot
I hope
too.
he's
Isn't that
still
weird?
alive. That's like.
He's the old now though.
Yeah, he's.
Oh man, I got
last time
distracted.
I seen he was wearing his tuxedo. Seemed quite serious. Like during the time when we were making Paramount the app, and he was part of the
yeah.
advertisement.
I just remember he was like the voice of the Emperor in fucking Elder Scrolls, fucking Oblivion. That was so awesome. I wanted that game so bad,
What?
but I was poor at the time.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
Yeah. I would be if I got that damn job, but I fucking don't have that kind of life. I know I don't. They definitely asked a lot of very pointed questions that I lied to about several.
Pointed questions.
But the good, like, well, because like, so like, factories that make anything that can be used for defense purposes, like fucking weaponry or fucking whatever, you have to get a military background check.
Oh.
So like, I got mine already, and I passed it, but that's because the company was kind of like looking the other way about my criminal records. They're just like, well, as long as you're not a terrorist, we don't care. So I was like, okay,
What
cool,
were
I'm
you trying
good.
to buy?
So I like basically, no, I just to work.
Oh,
there.
okay.
You have to prove you're not a terrorist. But so like I would have to get that background check again to work at this new place. So basically I had like a plan where I was gonna be like, oh, that background check, yeah, I already did that with this company. So maybe like we could call them and like get a copy of it for you or something, so that like maybe like we wouldn't have to go through doing it, because it's like 100 and some odd pages you have to fill out. Plus, it would definitely turn up that I have a criminal record. The last company just didn't care.
Oh.
So I was kind of trying to like be a little sleazy there, and hoping to catch the government with its pants down and
Can't you?
see if I could fall through the
Can't
cracks.
you pay for it to not be found?
You used to be able to, but not anymore. Now you can suppress it. So basically, if you pay the government a whack of money, you can lie on your resume and say, "I've never been charged." When they ask that question.
Like they should be able to do
But
that.
if they look, it's still there.
Mm.
It's fucking stupid, man. For years now, I've gone around my life and I've always been like a fucking like straightforward and honest person. So when that question comes up, I've like faithfully told the truth.
It's like
Yes, I'm sorry, I do have a record.
they need.
And I try to explain, but like it just shuts so many doors.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Fucking, I can't
So
believe
it's-
how many
it's like-
jobs I've
Like
lost.
it's either they need a way to not have it, or to have it taken out, or the target, the next best option is to take those guys out.
Well, it's fucked because our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, there's a paragraph that specifically says you may not discriminate against these groups, and it lists a whole bunch of groups, and one of those groups is people with a criminal record. So why is it legal that they can even ask that question?
Yeah.
Because that's discrimination, like right away. But like everyone knows it, but nobody fucking cares because it's criminals.
Yeah.
So, companies have the right to fucking not hire criminals. But what's funny is, I've seen some evidence. I don't have conclusive proof yet, but I have taken one background check where, so like to get a background check for a job, you have to fill out this form, and that form is a form that says, please self-disclose your criminal background or whatever. So like you would tell them what you've been charged with, and then they're like, you're correct, like, which is kind of a weird way to do it. But I've heard that if you don't self-disclose, a lot of times that they're not, they can't. There's like a lot of charges that they can't access, which is to me that's like, what a stupid system. Like, what the point? Like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna try it. I've tried it. Like, it was an inconclusive result because I didn't disclose, and then I just didn't hear back from them. So I don't know if they saw that I lied about that and just never called me back, or if they just didn't call me back for whatever reason.
You can always tell them that you're gonna lie. State that you, but not necessarily say that you're lying. You can say, you know, for something, other reasons have been. I forgot what was the professional way to say it. There's a professional way. You got to look it up. I guess on Grammarly or something.
But like it's the same question on every application that I've seen. It's like,
why not just let's go make a business?
Have you been charged? Or, yeah, have you been charged with a criminal offense for which a pardon has not been granted? Found guilty. That's what it found. Have you been found guilty of a criminal charge in which a pardon has not been granted?
Which one are you gonna?
And basically,
so which one are you gonna spend money on? You know, I would just, I don't know. If you know what they want.
I've just started lying. I'm just like, no. Just like, I've been saying yes for years, and it's fucked me over every time.
Why not we just go to
and basically every job I got was because they didn't ask that question by some fluke.
They didn't ask it?
Like one, yeah, like the one, the person that was supposed to do my interview was called in sick that day. So this like other guy that doesn't do interviews fucking had to do it to cover, and didn't ask that question because he didn't think of it. And then they found out that I did have a criminal record, and they fired me.
That shouldn't be.
I was like, but I didn't lie. They didn't ask, man. Like, it's
that shouldn't be a reason to, you know, to stop somebody from.
I can see why.
Yeah.
They were, because they have to have like inspections every year by like government officials, because it was a drug warehouse for like, it supplied pharmacies.
Okay.
So like I had a drug charge, so I could see where their point is, but like it still shouldn't matter.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Because I didn't steal from them. There's no evidence. It was like an old charge, so like there's nothing connecting that charge to that company. But the government is pretty strict about controlled substances and who gets to fucking be near them.
Let's make our own business.
Yes.
You want you.
What's weird is there's things that are like controlled products in the States that aren't here, and vice versa. Like there was like a red dye, it was for making lollipops red in color, and it was a dangerous good in America, so we had to have all this paperwork that went over with it. It's fucking weird.
What is that? Yeah, man. Let's start our own business. Do something.
Yeah.
Help me study on cardboard. There's a lot of it everywhere, and I want to use it.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
Cardboard is something I know quite a bit about.
Good. So
I was the cardboard guy for 20 years.
were you?
Every day, it was my job every day to distribute all the cardboard boxes to the packing stations.
Okay, so here's the plan for what I want to do with it. I wanted to mix it with some sort of more dense material without making it all toxic if it all got moldy or something. So my next thing I wanted to try to see if it made a good mixture was ash or silicon, and I would just finely crush the silica, ash, and the cardboard all together, and
Hey, I've got an
uh-huh.
idea. I was like, hey, this might actually be a good
Okay.
idea. Okay, so like going for the environmental angle,
Uh-huh.
mix it with because like there's a big problem with fucking all sorts of used unwanted tires. You could grind up rubber tires, mix it with it.
They got too much
Eh,
rubber tires just lying around.
yeah, yeah, they're always trying to find places for
Oh,
rubber
okay.
tires because like they're always like a danger to like catch on fire, right? Like if you put them in big piles, but like you, like there's a lot of people like they go through a lot of tires every year, and they all end up just like in the landfill kind of thing, and they've been trying to find places
But
to
that's
fucking
perfect.
use them.
Oh, that's perfect. So we
Yeah,
can find some sort of acid that'll probably
because
make.
that way you can say like, oh, it's helping the environment. We're using them.
But I just really want to take all the stuff that they're complaining about a lot, and just like the microplastics, now the rubber and the cardboard, and then just start doing stuff with it. So it'd just be
Yeah,
yeah. But my first step was to
not a bad
be
idea.
uh, soundproof panels.
That's a good idea.
Soundproof panels for
It's like I'd buy
yeah,
that
yeah, right.
because like especially apartment living,
And,
man. Fuck,
and
I love
there,
that.
there would be like, kind of affordable. Just we'll bring it to lowest bar, and then we'll just bump it up $2 or something.
Yeah, because like even if you try to do like that, the egg carton trick,
That's just
it's
stupid. No.
definitely very very difficult to get that many egg cartons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you could with like with cardboard and recycled materials, you could definitely make a solid fucking soundproofing panel.
Yeah, and I would just start really just handing these things out and giving people some
Especially the crazy people that live in apartment
yeah,
buildings.
yeah.
'Cause I need
There-
this.
It's
I
it's
fucking
just
so sick of sneaking around my own
yeah,
apartment,
yeah.
man. I hate it.
But first of all, I need to test it and see which
Oh,
material is the
I
best
got a
one.
story for
Uh-huh.
you when you're done talking. Sorry, I just remembered something. I think you'll find it
Okay.
interesting and relevant to the.
Yeah. Tell me
Um,
about.
I didn't mean to write. No, keep telling me what you.
I'm done. Let me just look for it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So, there's, I know this idiot that's from my hometown, and he's homeless in the city that I live in, and he shows up once in a while just to basically be a bum
Mm-hmm.
because he's homeless. I feel sorry for him, so I let him come up and like whatnot. But so like he just knocks at the door one day. He doesn't buzz up, and I guess someone let him in. And when he was outside, he had a smoke going, and I guess he just thought, well, no one will notice if I just pull it into my sleeve and just walk through the hallway up to his apartment with this lit cigarette. But like non-smokers can smell a cigarette a mile away.
Long smokers?
So whoever
Non-smokers,
non-smokers,
yes. They can smell it in your breath and
so
everything.
yeah, so basically whoever let him in, like obviously noticed he had a lit cigarette
Mm-hmm.
when he let him in, and reported me. So I got a
Fuck,
letter from the
Uh-huh.
landowner, like basically threatening termination of my lease and like all this stuff, um, because I violated the rights of the other tenants to reasonably enjoy the premises.
That's snitching. Why don't the tenants just
So
step up and tell the neighbor, hey man, I don't like it, and that would have smashed it right there. It's like, cool, I'll just,
yeah, somebody had to be a snitch bitch about it, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think when
But like,
people
so like,
when they cross that line to snitching, it's like, hey man, don't you know the nursery you rhyme? It's like,
so check it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
This is what I did. So, then now they got like a strike against me or whatever because I've been given a warning and like basically, I like it's frustrating because I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was fucking this idiot that, but like I know the law is that you're responsible for your guests. So like no matter what, that's going to come around and bite my ass anyway. So instead of getting all fucking combative,
Okay.
I just like I emailed the fucking management company, and I went right up the ladder as far as I could, found the highest person I could find,
Mm-hmm.
and basically,
Damn it, Dave.
the homeless guy, I slapped him. I had to, like he wasn't gonna fucking understand, and I got homeless snot on my hand because I slapped him.
Oh.
But like, yeah, I feel bad because I don't like slapping people, but like, fuck, like you're gonna get me kicked out because they want to get me out of here because my rent's low, right? And I'm all inclusive because I've been here a long time. So like, I message, I email management and I say like, you know, unbeknownst to me, but my guests had thought it was a good idea to come into the building with a lit cigarette, but I take full responsibility for that. And then I said, but I've spoken to my guest personally, and I give you my word that he is fully aware of that's was it inconsiderate and disrespectful behavior, like walking through the hallway with a cigarette, is unacceptable in this building, and it won't happen again. And like, not only did she email me back, she got her assistant to call me back the next day too, both saying, "We're glad that you've taken this seriously. We are glad that we could figure out a solution that benefits everyone, and that this matter won't go any further." But they still got it on record. But still, like, definitely, I came out as good as I could on it, I think. But either way, it still pisses me off because like now they've got something that they can use against me,
I don't know.
and it's for smoking, which pisses me off too because I'm not a big fan of smoking rights, and we don't have any.
I just don't like that we're just looked at as scum. I think, you know, anything pushed further.
Not only scum, like a danger. To everyone, like a danger to children. And it's just like, go back yourself.
Yeah, for real. Like I go out my way not to blow smoke into your face, man. And then I'll
As a smoker, like you learn to like be more courteous because you smoke.
yeah.
Like I was walking down the street the other day and I could see a kid like in a stroller with her mom like coming down the street towards me. So I make sure to go downwind of them so that they don't get blasted by tobacco smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
But like they still give me dirty looks. But it's
Pay
just
no
like,
attention.
you
You
don't even know why I
did
bother
your
you.
best not to be a problem.
Yeah.
If they got any more problems other than that, it's like, dude, you need to be part of my family
I
and
went
give me
off
some
with,
love
like,
too, because
the sidewalk. Yeah, like I went on the grass and downwind just to make sure that they didn't get exposed to the deadly carcinogens.
You know what? I
like-
think it's bullshit, man. I think they're carcinogen.
It's not that dangerous. Like people think that tobacco smoke will drop you dead, but it's really, really not that dangerous. Like it's not healthy. I'm not saying it's healthy, but it's not going to kill you if you smell it. It's not even bad for you to smell it. It's bad for you to inhale the smoke repeatedly over years. These people fucking think that they're going to get like some kind of infection or something just from the whiff of tobacco.
I think it's just bad for you,
you wanna fucking
if
slap
you
people.
kept it on a just like a threshold. Like if you kept it above that threshold for too long, then you would some of the carbon would stick and make a coating over around your lung holes or something.
I've smoked since like I was like a legal age to smoke.
Yeah.
Like I was smoking like way before I should have been. But that like it was like I started out slow because like we were kids and idiots and didn't even know how to smoke for a long time. But like I've never even seriously tried to quit ever.
I
And
quit
like
twice.
most people have, but
Yeah, but then the after a while when I was offered again, it's like I don't have anything better to do at this moment.
I need them. They're like vital to how I get anything done because like they're the carrot that I dangle in front of my face in a day.
It's something to look
So
forward
like if
to.
it's like gotta go to work, well at least I can have a smoke on the way.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm at work. Fuck, this place sucks. Well, at least break time's coming soon. I can have a smoke. And it's just
It
like
makes the
over and over
non-smokers
again.
want to
That's
smoke
what they do.
when you use it at work. You'd be like, "I'm going for a smoke break," because they can't stop you.
Yeah.
Right? It's like some of the guys that they don't even smoke. They just say, "Hey, I'm going for a smoke break too."
I worked at a place that did stop you.
if you did it, if you didn't
They
smoke,
like, yeah, well, even if you smoke, they said at break time you're allowed to go to the cafeteria, but you're not allowed to leave the property, and you're not allowed to smoke on any company property.
that's
was like-
bullshit. I went through that shit
I was
too.
like, stop me! It's just like, you're not kidnapping
I
me.
went through that shit
It's fucking
too.
crazy.
But you, I think the best way to go about it is you find a roof access or security or whatever. I don't know. There's
So they had no official smoking area, right? Because they don't approve.
why
to smoke
why
a
the
cigarette,
smoke
Like a lot of people there were smoked, so like we would basically be forced to go all the way to the edge of the property and stand on the road in front of the factory. So now the factory looks
Did
even
worse,
worse
yeah.
because they got all these smokers hanging out on the road in front of it. Plus, there's no official place to put your butts.
There's
So
butts
there's
everywhere.
everywhere on the road. Yeah, I was like, good
Oh.
thinking there, company. That's some corporate fucking genius.
And I
right
would
there.
care to pick some up, but you're forcing me to do this in the first place. You know, like, just get.
Ridiculous.
I just need to. They need to give space for people to care. You know, like give them the option to
Yeah.
want to care, and maybe they might care. But you,
Well, that's I was at a fucking place where like they had a nice smoking area. Like you went out, it was behind the factory. It had picnic tables and butt trays, and it was nice. Like it was kind of sheltered, so in the winter it wasn't so
Yeah.
bad. They even installed like overhead heaters, so that like in the winter time it
Really?
was nice and warm
That's really nice.
out there. Yeah. And then the smokers got mad. They're like, "Well, what if we want to go outside?" They said, "Go for it." And they said, "Well, we can't because there's smokers out there." Well, that's what outdoors is. Like it's got stuff in it that like, you know, what are you gonna do? You don't have to go to the smoking area. You can go anywhere around the plant. It's just that's the only place
you
with
have
a
to do more
heater.
than that now. Hold on, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yep.
I need this right here. More than just a dealer. You gotta find the keyboard.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Pat? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. Yep.
Okay, good. Good, good. Alright, where's my... Bring it out. Yeah, that sucks. Why would your neighbors, like, go out their way to
Oh,
smell you?
and fucking brought a lit cigarette in the building. Like there's signs on all the doors saying you can't do that. So he's just an idiot with no respect. And the fact that I let him come here when he's homeless, but then fucking isn't like fucking smart enough to know that fucking maybe that's not a good idea that I can bring a lit smoke in the building and get my shit.
But he doesn't care for the... Most
Yeah,
of the
he's got
people
bigger
who-
problems. He's homeless, so like I
Yeah.
get that. But if I had a friend that was letting me come there and cook food once in a while, and bum cigarettes and all those wonderful things, I would definitely be more respectful of that property
Yeah.
because I wouldn't want to wear out my welcome. Because you know, homeless.
Yeah.
And like when you got a friend that's like allows you to come over, that's a big deal in homeless. Or it should be.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like he's definitely got mental health problems, and like his system's just repeatedly fucking him over. He's going back to jail soon anyway.
What?
Yeah, they keep fucking they arrest him, and then they like put him in jail, and then he gets out, and then they arrest him again for like breach of probation or something. Like they just pick on the same people over and over again because they're easy marks, and then they don't have to do any police work.
The justice system has to be, I don't know, not a system anymore.
It's unraveling as we speak. Something's got to change because like
Well, the lower, the lower brutal replacement needs to show up. It's usually of a lower technology or lower metal, and they usually take over the law enforcement, and yeah, that's or the military, whatever. That is usually kind of works out that way.
a coup, you mean?
No, it's
Well,
it's always like the low class mob that overthrows the society and kind of ruins it for the rest of us.
I see.
It's time and time and again, and through history, this is the repeating process of that event.
Well, it's like one thing that like people like don't think about is like the judicial system's based on precedent. So like when you have a case, the judge has to look at the previous cases that were similar
Yeah.
for like sentencing, which means they'll always get less and less of sentences because like they have to take like the lowest one of the reasons.
The lowest?
So by its like basically by its nature, like you're gonna have sentences that get smaller and smaller and smaller because like the last one has to be the maximum, right?
Yeah.
So like basically, if any judge reduces the sentence like anywhere along the line, that's the new precedent, and now that's the new maximum. So like sentences are just going to keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter.
They should be random.
That's it's like the whole system is how like based on it, which is flawed to say the
Yeah.
least.
It should be random duties or something. Like, then you have to, like the guy who does his punishment also must be a teacher and a college graduate, and he
I like
of
how
teaching.
you've seen like how Denmark fucking like they've got an impressive country going over there.
Denmark, I hear a lot
Yeah,
of good things.
they like basically like they put high focus on you know reforming prisoners instead of incarcerating them.
Yeah,
So they teach them skills and like train them basically to be able to do things when they get out. And they have like an insanely high success rate because they treat their prisoners with respect because they're still people.
yeah, there's still people.
Yeah. And they give them another chance and they train them to take that chance, which is like the opposite of everything the West is doing with our prison system.
It started off with using when they lost slavery or something, and then when slavery when they don't have any more slaves anymore, they needed people to work and do stuff, so they would arrest people randomly, and that's how that worked.
But like now it's like going to jail is something that people are avoiding because
They spend a lot of money for you to be in jail, a lot,
yeah.
and
But like
there's a lot that doesn't get done when you're in jail. You
and
end up,
like but like in jail, like they have full control of everybody's fucking day, but it's still a fucking jungle in there. Like you have to fight. Like nobody wants to go to jail because
Yeah.
of having to deal with all the other prisoners, and like a lot of people don't come out of jail. And
Yeah.
like, that's not what jail should be for. Like, it shouldn't be a punishment. Because like, if you're gonna kill me by putting me in jail with a bunch of fucking people who are gonna kill me, just execute me.
Yeah.
Don't fucking be a chicken shit about it. If it's a death sentence that way, then make it a death sentence both ways.
I think that's why the lot of deaths happen by cops. It's like you should just shoot this guy,
Yeah.
save us some money.
I know the system's crooked as fuck here. I paid for a guy I got broken into, and he stole a bunch of shit from my apartment. So I paid to have his hands broken in jail, because he was in jail when I found out who it was.
You've got he paid somebody. How'd you make sure his hands were broken? There's
Well,
a
that's the thing.
confirmation.
I didn't make sure. I
You-
just like
you
paid
just
for it
trust-
and hoped it happened. But it went through a guard.
I wouldn't have what you call it. I don't know how I would sell that to the guy. Like, hey, this guy paid me to break your hands. You
That's
want to
what
just
happened.
break him yourself?
So get this. So the guy, so like it goes through a guard. I paid. It was kind of expensive. It was like around $300 a day, but it was in drugs. So
Yeah.
it had to go.
Oh, wow.
So basically, it went through the guard into the jail, and then went to part of it went to who was going to go break his hands. So this guy fucking gets born again the day before or something,
hmm
and goes up to this guy, tells him that he's been hired to break his hands, and tells him who hired him to break his hands. So now I don't get my fucking product with the broken hands, and he knows I paid for it to be done. Which I was actually alright with, because at least he knew that I was to be avoided at all costs, because I was deadly serious about it. Because like at one point, like somebody like, in the process said that like, okay, like you're paying for his hands to get broken, but like let's be real here. There's a chance you could die from this if it gets gets out of control or something.
Yeah.
Who knows how things could go? And are you okay with that? And I was mad enough at that point that I was like, yeah.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
looking back at that, I'm like, yeah, maybe that wasn't the greatest call I've ever made, but luckily it all worked out.
That would
Sort
just
of.
make it my
That guy
focus.
He actually reformed himself when he got out of jail. Started a family with some nice looking chick, and then they found him dead in the bathroom from fentanyl. He was a fucking idiot. He had
what a way to
fucking
go.
everything made, and he said it wasn't good enough. He had to fucking do fentanyl too.
Somebody wanted him dead. Nobody. I think he was actually doing nothing but him, and they just wanted him dead. And they give him They look the same, you know. Right?
It's more like it looks like crack here.
They look very similar, and
Yeah.
you couldn't tell.
I
But
was
that's
with a chick that she like went into a house to buy some crack, and basically she thought some crack on the table was not being watched, so
Mhm.
she popped it into the pipe and fucking hit it, and it was fentanyl, and we couldn't figure out what was taking so long. And finally they like dragged her outside, and like I was like, okay, like
she was
keep her
overdosed.
awake, and yeah, she was overdosing bad. So like I was the driver, so I'm just like, and she was insistent, like, I was like, well, let's take her to the hospital. And like, she was like, no. And I was like, well, let's get some Narcan fast. And I was like, no, not the Narcan.
You
You just take me home.
I should have given Narcan without her permission. Just do it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
always-
she like, she wanted me to drop her off with her parents. She was like in her 40s lady that lived with her parents still. I didn't feel right about dropping her off with her parents, but like once she was out of the car, I was like, all right, we're out of here.
I would have Narcan her before I left.
I didn't have any Narcan. We would have had to hunt some down. Hopefully her parents had some. She
It's
lived,
good to-
so
It's good to have that in your pocket. And
I have some now. I
Yeah.
keep 2 doses at my apartment in case.
Like
Even though I
it's
don't
kinda
touch the
fucked
stuff.
up.
But
Yeah, same here. Like I think it's really fucked up to just like go around and see people who are actually high. It's like you're Narcan. You're sober now.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause apparently they wake up mad.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Like, cause
like,
that was
A
their
lot of people
escape
think it cures
for
you,
the
but
day.
like if the Narcan wears off and you're still got enough in your system, you can go right back into the overdose. So you have to go like to the hospital after you fucking do Narcan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, it's very dangerous. It's one of the biggest ways people are dying over here now because they think, oh, free Narcan and he's fine, and you will be fine until the Narcan wears off, and then you'll die.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never want to.
But it's mostly the person that's been Narcan because they feel fine. They're sober
Yeah.
and unhappy about it. But then, like, all of a sudden, that Narcan, because it's just blockers. And, like, once it clears the system, like, it's not blocking anymore. And then all of a sudden, boom. Right out and fucking stop breathing.
I don't wish that on anybody. I think that was like an attempt to like kill off all the drug users or
Crazy.
something.
When it first came out, it was like, you had to, like, get it from a doctor. It was like a patch. But now, like bike gangs here are, like, making it. I guess it's fairly easy to make. Significantly easier than meth. Because it's significantly cheaper.
I think it was a play to freaking just thin out the freaking numbers and something.
I think it's fascinating that even the criminals are very careful with it, and they color it to make sure that everybody knows it's not crack. So they like, add food coloring, so they're bright blue or green,
But
just so that there's no accidental fucking.
the dealer never finds out, never knows if his customer dies. That's the problem. He only finds out through the news, and never knows that he's continuing to sell the same product, and then no one informs him
Here
because
it's
they're dead.
pretty often that they do know, because like they actually brought out a law that fucking says that, like, because at first they were going after the dealers, like if you sell fentanyl to someone and they die, they went after you for murder. They changed the law, and now they don't want to encourage people to not report overdoses. So basically, everybody that fucking is involved with the drug deal beforehand gets off scot-free. And because of that law, 2 people that did murder somebody got away with it.
What?
Because so like this guy I know, he had a lot of money, he was a dealer, and he liked this girl. And the girl had a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
but they were scumbags, so she like basically played it up, just flirted with him and stuff. And then basically like the boyfriend cooks up the dealer a fucking hot shot on purpose because they knew he had a lot of money. So he fucking nods out. They empty his wallet with like $75,000, and then they leave him to die. And he died. He was fucking in his truck.
That's fucked up.
So they got charged with murder at first. Because of that law change, they dropped all the charges. So they basically got away with it. They didn't get the money though. But either way, buddy's dead. He's a nice guy. He definitely didn't deserve that shit. And that was like, just like pure greed. Like that shouldn't have been an overdose situation anyway. Like that was a murder. They intentionally did that to him and left him to die.
It's sad.
And that's a lot more of a murder than my other buddy that's been charged with murder on a cop, or attempted murder on a cop, when he's the passenger of a car. The cops claim were trying to run him over, but like they were just trying to get away from the cop. And the cop opened fire and shot my buddy in the chest twice. And now he's being charged with attempted murder on a hospital. And all he did was like get shot. He had no weapons. He was not in control of the vehicle. He was just sitting in his passenger seat and got shot for it. And now he's charged with murder. Attempted murder.
Not cool.
That's how fucked up the system is here. He'll get off though, because there's no way any lawyer in the world will be able to prove that he had intent to murder that cop when he wasn't in control of the vehicle. It's ridiculous. It's just, they're trying to make the cop look like he's not fucking guilty for fucking firing his weapon. And they're trying to fucking basically throw a wrench at Buddy because he is a criminal. And they're just trying to like keep him in court, in jail as long as they can. Because they know that that's what gets going out. But you still have to wait for your fucking court date to fucking get it thrown out. So they're just basically trying to keep him in there. Just to inconvenience him because he gets like that.
Not cool.
Yeah, the driver got shot too, but she like evaded the police for like 3 months. She had dogs out, fucking air search and everything.
What?
And she got away. And she's
That's
like
too
this fat
much.
chubby chick. She's just like a complete like if you knew her like you'd laugh because like she was no hardened criminal at all. But she fucking took a fucking bullet to the arm and dipped out of that town and evaded a whole fucking like giant fucking manhunt. After she crashed the car.
Why did she come back?
I think the stress of being on the lamb got to her just to take herself in.
The lamb?
Yeah, because she was like she was hunted, like hardcore hunted.
Oh.
Everybody was looking for her. So she had to hide. And apparently that lifestyle is very stressful. Especially when you're a fat, chubby chick that's like kind of fucked
She
up.
should have just went to another country.
I don't think that would be something that she would be capable of pulling off.
Oh.
It's a
She's
miracle
fat.
she fucking got away, to be honest. Like, she's not that fat, but she's chubby.
Yeah.
But she's like her whole life, she's just a fuck up. Like everything she tries fails. She's kind of a moron. But like, she's fucking busting it out like a champ. Because like, she got shot, he got shot. So she dropped him off at the emergency room. Because, you know, she didn't want him to die. And then took off in the stolen vehicle and crashed it immediately into another car. So then she got out and ran on foot out of the town limits into a forested area and managed to get away from guards, helicopters, and everything. Made the police look stupid as shit. And she had green hair. That was all over the news. Woman with green hair sought the police.
Why do they always led to these criminal activities? And then they come from the same country, too. But
What's
there's
that?
nothing criminal about it. They just don't like the reality that they're in.
Regardless of stuff. No matter where
Yeah.
you're at.
That,
I
that's,
figured out why. It's because people are in it.
but that should be the better reason why, why reality should be fun.
I think that it could have been that way. But I think we didn't put any effort on being good people. We just put a lot of effort on being people.
Yeah.
And now there's too many of us, and most of them are absolute pigeon people that aren't worth knowing.
It's because the baby boomers part, where like they were raised to like go to church, but then as soon as they were on their own, they did not promote church
Well, like
or anything.
That generation, they act like they're like the cat's ass, but you know what? They were the first generation, and they're the only generation that had everything handed to them. Like,
Yeah.
all their jobs, all their corporate positions, everything was handed to them by their dad, usually. Like, they got like all the sweet stuff. There wasn't like competition for jobs. You just chose what you'd like to do with your life. I'm going to be a corporate axeman. And there you go. You can do that because there's positions open for all of those positions. And like, but now, like every generation after them, we have to fight against a whole bunch of other people for the same spots. And their dad doesn't handle it.
But I don't think this is the thing where I don't get. Like when people are brought to that part of life, and so why don't you just start something, make something? They got a lot of garbage.
Well, like look, like our technology with medical stuff has made it so like the useless people in society, like retirees, live much longer, much longer. And like they're just like doing nothing to contribute to society. So like that's not really an optimal situation. I think that's why they did COVID and the vaccines, but that's just me.
Oh.
And I think rich people are worried about too many people in the world. Because like that's one thing that could make being rich absolutely fucking obsolete because it won't matter if there's too many people.
I think it
It's
would
like-
be better if there was more people. Because if there was enough people, then you had nothing to spend for whatever reasons to make another person.
So like, but people don't realize like, deer population, let's say.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of deer,
Mhm.
and if you get too many deer, there's a point at which all of a sudden that deer population goes into an explosion where it'll like double and double
Yeah.
and double, right? So then all of a sudden you have way too many deer. But that's the same fucking rule that will work with humans, and we're very close to that fucking line where all of a sudden we're going to have too many people, and it's going to start doubling the population, and it's going to get out of control like very, very quickly. You know, people don't realize it, except rich people do. And I think that's why rich people are shady pricks up to no good, because they're just trying to maintain their grip.
Yeah. I don't have a. That makes
So I think you could really fucking like mitigate the problem by anybody that's not ready for parenting, abort it, because we're not running out of people, and the people that are produced from these pregnancies don't have parents that are ready, so they're almost certainly going to be an asshole when they grow up. so let's fucking like focus our raising of children on children that are actually planned and wanted instead of accidents, and that would definitely weed out a lot of people.
If kids were not made during fornication and were actually planned for, you know, they would actually.
And there's
grow up with
there's good
one
arguments
meaning.
that like people should be more responsible and shit like that, but like, you know, people are people and they're gonna hump all the time. That's what people do. They hump people. And like sometimes those humpings they result in babies that fucking they don't plan for. And I'm just saying, we have the technology. You can take a pill and it's over like that. And if you
That's
can't
like killing a baby.
But like, is wearing a condom killing a baby?
Wearing a condom is not killing a baby, but it does. It does drop the quality in the whole process.
Fucking A, it does. It's like having a bath with your socks.
Yeah, it's just not fun. I just don't like it.
Yeah, nobody's down for that. I've noticed even girls don't even like it.
No, they don't.
I dated a girl that for years I lived with her, and she was adamant every time I reused one. It's like, are you kidding me?
I would take it off during the process and just be like, "You still want me to put it back?"
We had one
on?"
break once, and oh my god, that definitely was
Made her
it
panic?
for any kind of fun that we were having.
Really?
You know, she went fucking hysterical. Oh my god! And I fucking started crying, locked herself in the bathroom. It was not fun.
You should have did it again.
She was
So
a
that-
basket case.
Yeah,
She was definitely a basket case.
yeah, but
I'm glad.
you know, that nervousness, that freaking, all that being fearful of the whole process, this needs to go away already.
But I got to admit, like I've seen the other side of it, and it
Mhm.
definitely burned me. Like I fucking had a girl that I discovered she was pregnant when I went through her purse.
Oh,
I found a letter saying that she was pregnant, and
Oh.
basically she's like, "Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not keeping it. I've already got the abortion booked." Like, what? Can't we talk about this?
yeah.
And like for a month, I tried to talk her out of it, but she was just gonna go with her friend and not tell me ever.
You
And
don't
boy,
have
like,
the right to. I don't know.
I was
It's
like
not your
her.
decision to kill the baby.
I was like, how could you just like keep that from me? That is pretty important,
Like,
fucking thing, you know? Like I
But
guess
it's her
the
body,
women get to make
you know?
the call, so like I got
Yeah.
no rights. But
It's-
you know, you gotta fucking tell me. You know, just gotta hide
Yeah.
that something like that big. Like that's fucking. That's definitely
It's
like
what do you think I was trying to do? You know?
game breaker there, man. Like you can't
Yeah.
do that type of shit. It's like there's like white lies and whatnot, but like that's a big lie, a huge lie. And her argument was, we were on drugs. I was like, well, yeah, but like people have kids and they're on drugs and they still are okay. It doesn't mean you should kill them all. And like,
So,
It's like-
during the
Nope.
process, yeah, you maybe want to not want to be on it. It doesn't
Yeah.
because it's not
But
because
like-
of the initial.
that being
You
said,
know,
I know a girl
mixture.
that lied through her entire pregnancy, and hid her pregnancy basically, which was not easy because like at certain points it's pretty obvious that you're pregnant. But she used the tactic of just absolute denial. She's like, no, I have a condition, and all the women were like, no, you're pregnant, and all the guys were like, well, we don't really know for sure. So, but it was all because if you say you're pregnant, nobody will give you drugs.
Yeah.
So basically, she did drugs all the way up till the day the kid was born.
Really? That's
And
kind of
then-
terrible.
She did it again.
How was the kid?
They got some issues. Like they get some like they need like an extra tutor for them at school, and they get some attention problems, and like they're high strung. But like that's all being said, they were gonna be like that anyway because his family it definitely has a huge history of that as well.
Yeah.
Like he was like that. He was in juvenile detention all through his fucking youth and whatnot. So and so were his brothers. So like that could just be genetic. So because there's a lot of filters in the female body to protect the baby from substances.
I don't think it matters. Those parts matter. Like once you're the baby, you're different. You're a different story, or you're not gonna copy what your parents did unless you're around them all the time.
I think if you can avoid bringing a child into the world that's already addicted to something, that's best because that's not fair. So that's a shitty way to start a life. Even though they won't really know it because they're a baby. So by the time they kind of start realizing the situation, they definitely won't be addicted by it. But still, it's definitely got. I don't know. It's my whole life, I've always like had the view of my drug use as, you know, it doesn't hurt anybody but me, so it's my decision. Until this happened with the abortion, because all of a sudden it didn't just hurt me; it took my unborn baby away from me, because that was kind of my only chance. That was kind of my last chance. If I was been out there to use, if I was going to have a kid, that's kind of probably when I could have still done it reasonably. And now I can't because I was doing drugs. I was like, you don't have to fucking have anything to do with the kid. I'll just take it. You can go. And she's like, nope. Not good.
That's not fair.
It's awful.
That's not fair.
You know what kills me about it?
What?
She wasn't like it was pretty late for her. She was like at the limit of being late in the pregnancy to get it done. But like, she obviously, if she did get the test, she refused to tell me it, whether it was male or female, and it never had a name. Like it was like on its way. Like it was a partially formed baby, and it never ever had a planned name or anything. And that part bothers me.
It's just like that she didn't. She already decided not to let it live.
Yeah, so like it's not like fucking you could even call it something if you saw it in heaven. It's just because it was an unnamed baby. Just like that's the type of stuff she'll never think about. But that's the stuff that keeps me up at night.
She does. I think she does. It's like, you know, women really think about a lot of things, and they don't really go away like a guy does, where we can think about nothing and make it work.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm pretty sure it bothers her.
It should. It should. But I doubt it was her only fucking abortion, to be honest. She was pretty irresponsible with birth control and whatnot. Not that I was any better, but
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. There's guys should have, women should have enough class to fucking at least take the guy's view into consideration, not hide it from them. That's for sure.
I go into it expecting, well, nowadays.
Well, your mic's fucking up. I can only hear muffling.
In my 20s, I was really not shooting blanks all the time, or she was really going to Planned Parenthood, very Planned Parenthood for very faithfully or something, and we never really managed to make a child or anything. But nowadays, if I were to get into it, I go into it expecting a child or something, and if it didn't come out, I'd be curious to be like, hey man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Is that like is that illegal? Should that be illegal? That you just killed a kid or something, or you just killed the sperm or something? I don't know.
Uh,
It seems kind of wrong that that your situation where she killed the process before you without your acknowledgement and stuff. Isn't it kind of like rape or, in a sense?
yeah, like it's definitely half my DNA. So,
Yeah.
but they have a good argument that it's a woman that carries its term, so there's no like health effects on the male, whereas a woman has significant life changes that happen.
Like if.
And let's face it, like when you have a kid, like you're pretty much your days of being hot are over if you're a woman.
Why they all transform?
It's a
right?
reality. It's just, there's some exceptions. Some chicks can pull it off, and it doesn't. And funny enough, that one that lied about it, right up to the day, she looked exactly like she did before the whole thing went down. After bounced
No.
back like fucking, just like absolutely unnoticeable change. Crazy.
Nice. I like that about someone. I think they really try hard not to look like they had a baby.
Yeah.
Or something
Well, she
weird.
was trying the whole pregnancy to fucking not look pregnant. So pretty easy transition for her. Unfortunately, she lost custody. She both
Oh,
kids.
that's sad.
No, it's good because that custody went to my buddy that was dating her,
Okay.
so he's got full custody, and she keeps getting charged with stuff because she's kind of a moron. So I mean, he's like got nothing to worry about when it comes to fucking custody of kids, except for the fact that he's trying to kill himself. But he's done actually a really good job of
Taking care of them.
you know maintaining a life for the kids and getting them to school every day and dealing with all that
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly because he's got a
but-
girlfriend that really helps out with that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's like if he's doing this by himself, it's like fuck, dude. Yes, there's a lot to worry about.
Yeah, that would be more than anybody could handle, I think. Especially him. But he's got he's got a large support system. He's got a tight-knit family that are very, very protective of each other. And they all kind of pitch in to help. Like his mom's boyfriend basically had a property and sold it to him at a price that is absolutely unheard of. Because he dated his mom. So he basically just took the hit and sold it to him for like nothing. So he basically gets like to own property. Like he owns a house out in the country, which is far better than all I would be doing. He keeps getting in trouble with his neighbors because he fucking keeps having illegal activity happening on the property. Whenever somebody like steals like a 4-wheeler or something, the police just go to his house and ask where it
That's
is.
fucked up.
Yep. It's usually there
That's
though.
really fucked. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's not cool. That's not cool to be
No.
known to be. But then again, like, how do you like fix that?
Stop stealing stuff.
Yeah.
This is yours. That would be my recommendation. But he's greedy. He definitely keeps getting. Yeah, so he's got court coming out because with all that going on, like he still does stupid shit. Like they found a abandoned factory that had just closed, but it just closed, so it had a lot of stuff in there still, like machines and like electronics, and so they went in there and they fucking grabbed all the fucking copper wire they could, expensive machining bits like for robotics and stuff, and they sold it on eBay and made a ton of money. But they knew it was still there, so they kept going back. And eventually someone noticed that there had been a break-in and they had cameras. So he went in and they saw the camera right away and they're like, oh shit, let's get out of here. The place was surrounded already, so they had to go up on the roof. And basically there was 2 of them. And my buddy jumped down and tried to make a break for it when he saw a gap in the police, but like they spotted him and they tackled him, and arrested him. But the other guy stayed on the roof, crawled into a vent, and stayed still for like 12 hours. And basically, eventually, the cops, they thought there was two, but they couldn't find anybody, so they just eventually gave up and went home. And then, like, after like many, many hours of not seeing any people or hearing any movement, he finally came out, jumped down and ran away and got away. Got free.
I would. Now that you said that, I think I want to make a plan for an actual planned criminal activity, where the item to be stolen or the item to be got would be obvious in the obvious area to be stolen by the guy with that opportunity. Then he would be fed the information of where to sell it and how much he would get for it, and it would be like a good amount of money, a generous amount of money, where he would just be like he would be set for however long to have a good start on life. Then with this opportunity, he'll be fed 3 other options, either TV or by hearsay of friends that he just made or other businesses, and they would be actually good paths, to actually start a regular life.
Yeah.
You can actually do
Well, that's
you
the
can
thing. Like, criminal activity can be a good start, but the problem is once people go down that path, it's just so easy to keep doing it until you get caught, and then like eventually you'll get caught.
But this is just
You
going
have
to
to,
be a
like-
one-time thing with the
Yeah,
opportunity.
that's the hard part though, is to make it a one-time thing. It's like,
That's the thing. So we're going to give him so much money for the stupid deed that he just did, that that he and that opportunity of getting that one item that is exclusive to that time and that age of whatever. So basically, you're not going to be able to do it again because it's so rare of an item.
right.
And then it's just the parts where he's going to be able to like, rethink his life and think that it's lucky, because simply just sticking everybody in the freaking hole, planning to all be in fucked up situations will only dish out other fucked up situations. Something has to change from this plan.
Check
So,
this out. The guy that fucking that I paid for his hands to get broke,
yeah.
so he was a friend of mine before that, which is why I was so mad.
Oh shit.
Well, basically, he got tried. So they basically found this. There's like in this one town, there's an abandoned building.
Mm-hmm.
It was a government school for agriculture. So it's where they train farmers to farm. But they closed it down, and for years it just sat there. And people partied in it. It was kind of trashed and like vandalized and whatnot. People used to just drink there a lot. So they went and checked it out, and they started looking around. They're like, "What the fuck?" Like all the plumbing was copper. Instead of PVC tubing, they used copper tubing. So like all the electronics was copper. So like the place was a gold mine. So they started like going there every day and pulling out the copper pipes, copper wires and whatnot, this abandoned building. And they were pulling out $8,000 a day copper.
What?
Yeah. Because there was four buildings, and they were like big college buildings, basically. And they were just full of copper. So like they were coming out with like duffel bags of copper every day. Like they'd have to work all day, but it was definitely worth it because they make a lot of money. And then they got greedy and they decided, let's work through the night.
And that's what they got
someone
caught.
walking their dog heard power tools in the abandoned building, and they thought they were disposing of a body. So they deployed SWAT team.
Oh,
SWAT team descended on them and fucking like captured them. After like they attempted to run and stuff, but they got lynched by the SWAT team.
oh shit.
And So basically, then they went to jail, and they're like, what it was. It's just an abandoned building. Nobody's using it, no harm done. But it's the government owns it, right? Even though the government's letting it sit there. So the government answers this, because they bulldozed it, even though it was worth a bunch of money,
Yeah.
and they charged him with break and enter, and then when they were releasing him for that charge, they slammed the gate in his face and charged him with a break and enter at every address of each building.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. We got 4 break and enters.
Sorry for that noise.
No worries.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I guess the one guy was like up, like looking in the rafters, like in the above the soundboards or whatever, for cover when the SWAT team came in. So he tried to like climb up into the roof to get away, and but like the SWAT team grabbed his leg and started pulling. So he's trying to pull away, and then all the ductwork gave out. So it's like basically like he said, like you could hear ducts all through the place, like boom, 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 all falling down. And then basically, like, he got pulled down by the fucking SWAT team. Like, the red laser dots everywhere and everything. And they're like, where's the body? Where's the body? And they're like, what body? What are you talking about?
that's crazy.
Like, if you guys had just put on like a fake sticker on your truck that said so-and-so's renovations and just kept going there every day like a job, you would have got away with it.
They probably couldn't afford it at the time, or they could have. They just didn't spend the money.
They said they were living like kings.
Yeah.
They said they'd never had so much money. They were running around like literally acting like rock stars because they had so much money. And the worst part was that he got charged for it and had to wait for his court date, and he knew it was still sitting there and that they planned on bulldozing it. But he knew like
the copper's still there.
Watching. What's that?
The copper's still there on the ground. Yep. Got it.
Well, no, because like once they bulldoze it, they take all the junk and then take it to the landfill. Basically, the government would rather throw it away than let anybody have it. In fact, if you try to touch it, they'll fucking arrest you and throw you in jail.
That's bullshit.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
So we had another guy that he's got a guy on the inside of you know those big like housing projects where they buy up like a whole bunch of land.
Yeah.
They bulldoze all the buildings and then they just build a bunch of apartments. So this corporation did that, and he works for the corporation. So like they brought up all these cottages, like a whole slew of them, and basically he tips off my buddy to when they were going to go knock down a bunch of these cottages. So he goes into all the ones that they're about to knock down and strips them clean of everything of value, like copper wiring and whatnot, and splits it with the guy that works for the company. So basically he stays just ahead of the demolition crews that are right behind him where they're going, because he's getting tipped off on where they go next.
That's not. I don't like this snitching thing. I just gotta take into account that it will happen all the time. Snitches are just
People suck, man. People are snitches.
People will just snitch that. That's a difference, you know. It doesn't seem like it's the last resort. They just naturally do it.
I got a better one. I got a friend. He ended up meeting a high-ranking cop, and they became friends. Even though my friend's a criminal, and the guy's a high-ranking cop, they had a lot in common. They taught her to get along. So once in a while, this cop will fucking call my buddy and say, "Hey, check out this address." So he goes and he checks out this address, and it's like a mechanic shop, and it's the gates change and lock, and so they cut the lock and they go in, and the place is full of brand new everything, brand new clothes on racks, huge safes, like 8 or 9 safes, just like brand new merchandise, like everybody. So like it's a candy store, they're just like grabbing everything. They bring out sawzalls and they start cutting open the safes, and they find out of circulation Canadian money that's in sequence with the like serial numbers, which is weird because that seems to me like that's something the government is the only thing that uses numbered bills, right?
Yeah.
So like that's definitely fishy. But my buddy got a whole safe full of it. Like fucking like it's worth a fortune to collect. It's in mint condition. All this old money from like the 50s. But there was like gold bricks, like everything. And cop fucking basically knew that this guy had died, had no family. So basically there was no heirs. The government was about to repossess the whole place.
Oh, and so they could have sold it and kept it and it'd be okay.
Yeah, so they did. So he called my buddy and said, "Hey, check out this address," because he knew that, like, fucking once that government swoops in and takes an inventory, that it's all just going to be swallowed up by the government.
Yeah.
So they went in there and they cut open all the safes until they went back the next time and there was a new lock. So they're like, "Okay, that's our sign to cut that out."
So
And they just went back home.
did they start a new business or made a way to, like, you know, gain more money afterwards or something?
No, they just took everything of value and sold it.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's like that was like the chief of our fucking like provincial police, which would be like your state police. So the top state police guy, basically, is the one that was tipping like my friend off as like a complete criminal.
That's kind of cool.
He even got them out of hot water once because they stole a van.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's an idiot. He's a moron. And he stole a van because it was sitting there in the parking lot. And but like that van was supposed to be there. And it was placed there by the Hells Angels because it had a gun in it. And that was a gun that was specifically left there for the police to find. The police had actually made a deal with the Hells Angels to get them to give over this gun. And then my buddy comes and steals it, the whole van, before they pick it up. So basically, the hiring cop called my buddy with my lesson. No, you guys took that van. We need that van back immediately. And he's like, it's not just trouble with me, but the bikers are not going to be happy. So you need to bring that to us now. So my buddy's like, okay, and he like made all the arrangements and got the idiot to take the fucking van where it needed to go. But that just shows it. Like, the cops and the fucking criminals are like all working together. They're all the same people.
I think
One that has
badges. I would like to believe we're all on the same team, but some people have other agendas.
Yeah. Well, these guys I used to hang out with. Like, there was a code. Like there was a reason you didn't have because like everybody worked together. Everything should work right. Like if you follow all the little rules, and there was a lot of little rules. Like somebody owes you money, you can't bitch about it to other people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it makes the fucking debt null and void.
Mm.
But that stops people from spreading information that shouldn't be out there for other people because it's none of their business.
No, it's not. Mm.
And like, there was just a lot of stuff like that. And it was, if everybody followed all those rules and just kept their mouth shut, and like, but most importantly, here's where the fucking sticky part is.
Okay.
It's taking responsibility for your actions. Because if you walk out of the house with something in your pocket, you know it can get you in trouble. If you get caught, you can't just give up a name and get away with it. You have to get in trouble for what you knew you were going to get in trouble for.
Oh.
And you shouldn't get away with it by ratting someone else out. Because that's,
Dude, ratting it.
they didn't do anything wrong. You did something wrong. And you
Yeah,
knew it.
ratting people out. It's just a. It's not. You're messing up the whole plan.
Yep.
You know.
It's just petty and like it's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times cops use like fear and lack of knowledge of the law to fucking scare people and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna die if I don't. But like they can't kill you.
They
They can
think
stick
that
you in jail, but
they're winning, but you just broke trust. This is basically lying. You just broke trust from everybody that.
well, and cops hate rats. So like
Yeah.
people don't realize that. Like when you rat, like sometimes a cop will fucking basically make it very clear to everyone that you're a rat because they don't like rats either.
Yeah.
Like I've seen them do it. They also
not
do
cool.
shady shit that makes no sense, but
Yeah.
like they'll just throw out somebody's name or something to just cause problems for them, and then just watch what happens out of that situation, and just come in and arrest people when it gets out of hand. Because the cops are dicks like that.
It's dicks.
But like, I definitely learned the lesson early on. Because me and my buddy,
Mm-hmm.
my best friend at the time, we bought drugs. We made 2 full weekends. It was a big party weekend, and we're in the back of this pickup truck, and like we stopped at the store, and both of us said to each other, "Don't have a good feeling about this. I think we should fucking just get out of this. Run, like take off, ditch these guys."
Yeah.
And as soon as we got back in that truck, we got pulled over. And fucking, my buddy fucking, he's in the back of the truck with me, and he just takes his drugs and he throws them in the cab of the truck. He says, "Hide these." So I was like, "Yeah, hide these too," and I throw mine in there too. So they search the truck, and they find all sorts of drugs that they've thrown in the cab of the truck. And that in the cab of the truck was a guy that he was a psychopath. He was a very super tough guy, liked to fight people. But he just got caught too. Like they searched him and they found drugs because they know him quite well.
Oh shit.
But so basically, he saw that he was already charged, and then they found the other drugs, and they're like, "Okay, who's these?" And he's like, "They're mine." So he claimed all the drugs, and we knew we were in big trouble then, because like he just took like responsibility for all of our drugs, and we knew they were ours. So like basically, me and my buddy went down to the police station and just waited outside for the beating that we knew was coming. And he came out and he was like I should beat the shit out of you guys, but like the fact that you're waiting for me, I'm not going to. I'll take the charges. All you gotta do is pay my lawyer fees. And I was like, sold, because like, I already had a charge and I wouldn't be going to jail. And so basically, he gouged me on the price of a lawyer for sure, but I didn't care. I would have paid him every penny I had to not go to jail.
Yeah.
And he took the charge for me.
That's nice.
Solid move. Yeah. But I learned that day, like, I would never go through that again, because I would always fucking just, if I'm not willing to face the consequences of what I'm doing, then I shouldn't be doing it.
No. I don't think anyone should suffer.
But it seems like there's some people that their only purpose is to fucking cause suffering. And then there's like the wonderful people that like enjoy the suffering of others. They're always fun.
Really? Those people suck. Well,
Oh,
I
man,
used to enjoy kicking people out of the lobby when I was in charge of it.
Well, I guess in a small way, like I enjoy pissing people off in bedrooms.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a bully. See my post in the CrossFit chat, or not chat, on the Facebook group.
What? The Facebook group?
Yeah, it said like the arts and drama kids in the Bedlam aren't afraid enough, and it does them a service to allow them to think they're safe in there, because this is Crossfit.
That's right.
And then of course Facebook, because people argue with everything they say on there, but I was just saying it to be funny. Try to wind people up. It worked. I definitely got another one where I lived on. I was like, remember when clans were for the elite? Now clans are just a way to not get teamed up with PlayStation players. And basically that sparked a big debate on, the quality of fucking PlayStation players.
Yeah.
And like there's some PlayStation players on that group, so like they
without pay.
piped up, tried to like defend them. But, like, we Xbox players, we know.
Yeah.
We shut them down.
We're fucking loyal, that's for sure.
Well, we're just right, and that goes along with it,
I don't know. You could always find a convert in the PlayStation group. Say, yeah, I used to play Xbox, but most of the Xbox guys are like, nah, I never really left.
I have a friend that like he was Xbox, like right up until one day he just switched teams, and I still call him a traitor.
Yeah.
We argue constantly about which one's better. I'm like, I'm always right. I was like, oh yeah. you really wanted to switch consoles so that you could play a bunch of Japanese fucking role-playing games that no one understands. Oh,
Actually,
Tekken. I'm like, yeah,
you can play
Tekken.
Tekken on fucking Xbox.
That's true. And pretty much everything you can play on PlayStation, you can play on Xbox. It's just like they have a bunch of Japanese games, but you're not
Yeah.
Japanese, buddy. Like, or sports
won't
games.
let
Like if
you
you're
play.
into sports games, sure, get a PlayStation. But sports games suck.
Yeah.
Like God of War is the only thing they have.
But that's also on PC. You can play that on PC.
And it's coming to Xbox. It will.
Maybe
Depends on how it
after
goes, actually.
The whole
'Cause, like-
the Ragnarok's kind of serious too. Treating
Well,
that
like-
kind of.
Well, even if like God of War is all they have, they're screwed. Because Xbox just bought out every fucking game company out there, except for
No.
Blizzard. They both stopped the Blizzard,
Xbox
but like,
isn't up to no good. They buy companies and then kill them.
sometimes, yeah,
They buy
they don't
them
want
and they
PlayStation
close them
again.
down. They close them down.
because they're fighting a war
Fuck
with
it.
PlayStation. Like, it's just like
What are you doing?
flat out.
She's not in it for the game.
But like
The
Xbox
president-
was basically their plan was to like buy the whole industry out and just like basically force PlayStation out, which is pretty smart, but costs a lot of money. But and like
Sony
they
is the best.
legally stops them from like taking over with a monopoly or whatever. But now they've got all these companies and they can just make them exclusive to Xbox. Nobody's said that they're going to do that yet, but that's what they're going to do.
The thing with PlayStation is they're the best competitor. If they were losing, you'd want to bring them up, or same way you want to keep that as a competitor. Their technology and the innovations and all their designs are really top notch. Like their cell
Yeah,
phones
I don't know,
they're
like-
better than what all the other cell phones we're using.
I was
really.
like worried for a while because like PlayStation had a good argument that it was better than the Xbox because they had free internet where you could hack into fucking whatever like fucking internet was floating around your fucking place and you
Yeah.
could just jump on other people's internet with it.
That would have been
And
great.
that was a
It's such a-
huge selling point. And then they pretended like they were putting that on the next console and it just wasn't there. And all these PlayStation players bought that console for hundreds of dollars, and then we got the shock of life when oh look at that, they just made it.
'Cause
you can't
American
do that
internet-
anymore.
American internet is metered.
It was back in the time of like no passwords on shit and stuff,
Yeah.
but like still like to trick your customers into buying an entire console without telling anybody, oh yeah, that free internet thing's over. I think that was for them. I don't know. I didn't even need to have a PlayStation to see that I would have felt very betrayed, tricked, and it was enough to turn me off PlayStation for good. Plus, they don't have any games I want to play at all. Like all the games I want to play are like, I don't care about like your Metal Gear, or fucking all that bullshit. Fuck. And now you can get all this for your Xbox anyway. But I see even Death Stranding, which is a game I did want to play. Didn't get that on Xbox. I think it looks like a really cool game.
It is, and it also it deals with trying to connect America together, and so we can be together again.
Yeah, it's just weird that the like guy from fucking TV's like the main character, but like still looks like a really cool game. Like a lot of innovations and different outside of the box type of thinking.
It's a very basic game. It is not. It has some advanced areas of technology, like for example the bola gun, which is a very useful weapon. It's really just
But like that
walking-
spirit world and shit looks amazing.
Yeah.
Where you like all the dead people and shit. Like that's
Mhm.
cool. That's a pretty
It-
cool feature to have in the game.
It also kind of brushes up on everything you're afraid of and whatever. But
Yeah.
the thing that it's really good about is like you make you think about how you're stepping, where you're stepping, and who's copying you. You know, because what you do kind of matters. You know.
Yeah. I liked when games actually had that in them, where like this is meant something.
Makes me wonder, like, the guy
All
that
games are just pretty linear,
my
it seems.
hmm linear.
Like it's just like the yeah, it's just basically storytelling. Like, there's no choices or changes. It's just like you're playing through a story for most games.
I think so. Like there's very few that do a very good storytelling. Like let's say,
Mhm.
what
But if you
was
think about like
uh-huh.
the programming involved with having choices that actually make changes in the world means you have to build basically the game for all of those options. So it's
I've
definitely a
heard
lot more work.
it's more simple than you think. If you play the game backwards or you create the game backwards, it's a lot easier, and you can
Yeah.
make these options appear to those endings. First of all, you need to decide how many endings do you want in this thing. You know,
Yeah.
um,
And look at all the
what's
good games. They've all had like multiple endings.
mhm.
A lot of them, which is
Yeah.
I think that's a big feature. I like games where like when you finish it, they give you a rundown on what happens with everybody in it and like all your choices that you made and it
I
tells
like
you the outcome of that kind of thing.
the games that are really good, that are single player and probably multiplayer, is the ones that give you New Game Plus. That's the replay
Yeah,
value
see,
is
I like
where it's at.
I like if a game has replay value, like I'll play it without Game Plus. But like I'm not really I'm not a big replayer of games. Well, it depends. I play the shit out of multiple games, but they gotta be
Yeah.
like really important games to me. But
Yeah.
like it's hard if yeah, because I play games and I've done it recently with Fallout 4 again. Like Fallout 4 and Starfield, I just did it there too. Where like I play it for the second time and I make all the same decisions because those are the decisions I want to make. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
make the other decisions, you know. Whereas other people would go through and choose all the things they didn't do, but those seem wrong to me because they're not what I want.
Yeah. You got morals and it counts.
Yeah, but it kind of hurts me on the replays because I was playing Starfield and like I always side with the pirates because I'm not a thing. I don't
hmm
rat them out to the fucking star fleets or whatever they are. So I end up that means you have to fight star fleets and you have to fight basically wipe out their whole fleet and steal their flagship. And like I'm fine with that because like all those fucking cops want me to go undercover and act like a fucking rat. Like not likable characters to me. But all
Yeah.
the pirates were. I liked all of them. They were definitely way more fun to me. So helping them out was a no-brainer. But then like all your party hates you. Like, everybody's like, "What are you doing with the pirates?" It's like, "Well, fuck you."
Yeah. What are you doing with the freaks, you bitch?
Yeah. Why are you judging the pirates so harshly? You know, maybe they're just trying to make ends meet, get themselves through college and shit.
Yeah. I made my decision. Respect
Yeah.
it.
And it just so happens that decision gets you a fucking shit ton of credits and everything
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you got it for the bonus too.
too. Yeah, definitely
That's
got the
cool.
greed fucking aspect in there.
Oh,
But
that's
on
bad.
top of that, every time you go to a fucking base that's filled with pirates, they're your friends instead of fighting you.
Nice.
And you can just go around and loot and shit, and they don't care because you're a pirate. So I think it's great.
Hmm.
But
Uh,
that game needs
if I
some work though.
if I were to establish a new place, then it would probably have to be a place of creation or something. And we
Need titties for a new place.
well,
Titties.
titties will come. You just gotta have a reason for titties to show up. Like the
Vital.
have you heard the saying like you're not dating the woman of your dreams, but you're actually waiting for the mistress of your dreams or something? It's like
No.
so whenever you find a woman and you decided to be serious with that woman, for some reason, the second woman shows up into your life. Magically all the
I
time.
just chalk that up to like everything's always complicated in life because there's never
No,
6 sense of humor.
she will only show up if the mistress will only show up when the actual queen is there, or your significant other is there. That's
It's
the
like
only time
you go through like years of no options, and then all of a sudden you have an option, but no, you have 6 options
Yeah, yeah.
because you don't just
because
get
you
one.
need that one. You get that
Yeah.
because of that one. She produces like these other.
I always call that when it
It's,
rains, it pours.
yeah,
It seems to
but
like
that's probably
come in threes at least.
why women have that universal thinking where everything is connected in some sort of
Mm.
way, and why men can absolutely think about nothing because we can absolutely become a moon in the middle of nowhere and shit. But I'm just saying that there's that's the case. So whenever you decide to re-enter the relationship and you treat her the greatest and see what shows up. You know, it's like a lot of these men is always getting in trouble for freaking cheating, and I was always wondering why. It's like, why are you guys always cheating?
See, like,
Why would you
what
want
I
to
didn't
cheat?
like, what I was unprepared for is like at a certain age, um, you're like kind of, especially if you're not financially sound, at a
Mhm.
certain age, you're seen as a complete like liability to a woman. A woman would have nothing to do with you because she can't basically base her financial future off yours.
Yeah.
So basically, you're fucked when it comes to women because now you're old and you don't have any money, so they want nothing to do with it. It's fucking bullshit. Whereas when I was young, I was still fucking that had no money, but I was still hot girls all the time because I still had potential.
You know,
I could have been somebody, but then once that potential's gone, so was all the ladies' interest.
I think you still got potential, man. Maybe you need to just dye your hair or something, or go with the
Dye my
full on,
beard. That's what I need to do.
full
My
on
beard's
flash
making me look
white.
old.
Just embrace it. The what do you call
What
it?
I would need is like a girl that's not after basically like being a leech and wanting a future based off money she didn't earn. I would need a girl that's like independent enough to like not need my money and actually take the time to learn the person who I
You have
am,
to
kind of thing. And
meditate
those
on
don't
this.
exist, I don't think.
No, meditate on it. You have to think about you're the parent growing the child to become that. And what are the
Mhm.
things that you have to think about and do to achieve that kind of future for your daughter or your granddaughter or
See, like
whatever.
when I would get girlfriends in the past, it would be like all of a sudden I'd have one, and I'd be like, "How the fuck did I do that? She's way out of my league." Well, like I just kept my mouth shut, and then like hope she didn't notice, and then for a long time she didn't until she did. But I was
But
always
no,
surprised as
no.
shit that it happened, and like I think that's how it always happens. Like, 'cause if I try to get a girlfriend, that's when I can't get one. So
No.
like basically, like it has to be some at the point where I like completely given up on it, and I'm just like basically walking away, and that's when chips drop out of the sky.
I
But
think
like
you gotta give it that nervous miss. Like when I was when you're told to like try to sell something and you're like, how the fuck? I don't know shit about this product. So you go out there to study about what you got in hand and what is it worth. Now the way that you go about it is you
can't
sell the
understand
key
women.
features.
Possible.
The what?
You can't understand women. We're men.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Well, I can't give you the heads up on what's kind of happening at the moment. Well, the tables have turned, and it is now the woman is the hunter, and she has to be
Yep. But it's kind of always
hunting
been
you
that
this
way.
time. No, it's not. Like I
But
could
like
have
you think
swear I
about
was
it,
the
like
predator
the woman's
before
always
this.
the one that makes the call. Like she's the one who guards the gates. We have to fucking get past her gates. That's the whole game. It's always that thing. And like
Really?
now
No.
it's just like out of control where they've got too much power.
I,
Right?
I
Like
I
to the
was
point where they're like they're
selective.
abusing it. You know?
Yeah, I was very selective, and I chose. Yeah, it was my choice before, but now it's the other way around.
Yeah, women
not-
are usually because like they say like women decide like hours if not days before if they're gonna sleep with you when you meet them or going on a date. So
that's
like
if she has friends or something.
but like they've got to like lock in like if they're interested or not, you know.
Hmm.
And but like that's the thing with women, like it's also as soon as they realize that they're not into it anymore, they're not into it anymore. That flip, like switch flips, and it's over. Like that, you can say anything you want, it won't matter. It's done. Once they get that vibe, there's no going back. But it's like
Well-
kind of like that at the beginning too, where they decided, okay, I'm going to sleep with this guy, and then it's up to you to like see where it goes from there. But like either way, it's probably going to come out roses at the end because we always do. We have to buy them gifts all the time. And like women don't hurt for much, you know.
But
It's acceptable and expected.
Hmm. I don't. I rarely get gifts. I buy stuff because
Guys don't get gifts.
Yeah.
Guys give gifts.
I used to get gifts a lot, and they're very thoughtful. But now it's just
I do, but like to my detriment. It's like I will give gifts even when I have nothing because I'm just kind of irresponsible and stupid with money. Overly generous. My parents bitch about it all the time. I just worried you're gonna give this to your friends or something. And it's like, well, shouldn't have raised such a nice guy then.
no.
But yeah, they definitely didn't. See, like if they had given us allowance or something, maybe I could have learned some value of the dollar. But like, I never had money, so I just never worried about money. And then when I did get money, it was just like a means to have fun with my friends on the weekend. I was like, hey, yeah, I like that. So, like, I like money, but I don't like spending it on things that aren't having fun.
Yeah.
Or saving it. That's just like a completely alien idea to me.
I don't get it. I don't get saving, but now I do. I get saving because you save because you can't afford the larger option where you can't pay for it. Thing it's just to say that you have a plan to do something with the money and that you need it to grow.
But like, how do you? Like, I've never been able to make a paycheck last for the next paycheck ever.
You gotta balance it out and see. First,
Budget your money.
this is what I
But,
did.
like,
I tried. I brought everything to a minimum, and for just necessities for living to see how
See,
far.
I'm really bad at that too, because like
Yeah,
my
just-
necessities are different than most other people's necessities.
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, and I get you. I get you from your point of view in many ways. So you do this to balance out what you can get, and then you see what else is offered at the table. Usually, governments will have a grant or a plan to do something, and you can align your plans with their plans, and see what matches up to be, given some extra money.
Not getting into bed with the man.
No,
that.
not at all. Grants
just
are, grants
No,
are
I-
just, yeah.
A big part of my problem is I've got like debts that I've racked up because I'm irresponsible.
That's fine.
And,
We've yet to achieve big man money. You need to be
Yeah.
when you get to big man money, then you can make a lot more bigger mistakes and
Well, it
lot
better
more
be
controversial.
big man money because like fucking
Yeah.
I've got some major issues going on.
Yeah, you got to plan for big man money. When big man money comes, other options will show up. So aim for the big stuff now.
But
Plan
like,
for the big stuff now. Then we can adjust our aim to it. If you need to sit down with yourself.
if I could
and
adjust
just
my
make it-
income, I would. But like, there's no adjustment. I'm at the basement bottom level of
Yeah.
finances.
You need goals. Get a
I need
piece
a
of
job.
paper.
That's what I need.
That's fine.
I need a fucking interview to work out. I need a
We can
stroke of
figure
luck.
out your job when you decide on your goals. You should get a piece of paper and pen or a pencil.
See, like
and
I
just
hate when
make
I
it-
get to this point because like I'll get an interview at a great place to work, like I just
Mhm.
did, and like and I know, like yeah, you're probably not like getting shut down sometimes, and not get a job because that happens to me a lot. Um,
Mm.
but like, what's very difficult is when you get one of those like fucking, oh, is it too good to be true? Yes, it is too good to be true. It's really hard not to lose hope and give up
Yeah.
because like it's like it's almost like I need a miracle to get a job because like shit has kind of come together every time for me to like
Let,
basically pull the wool over someone's eyes to get a job.
let me help you with this. Let's go sit back.
The government has assigned me an employment specialist that I meet with every week, and it's his job to get me a job. And this has been going on for months.
Yeah, it's I'm going through the same process. Don't you believe me? I'm kind of doing this for me too. So this is let's sit back and think about uh like the end route of decisions and goals. Let me get a paper out. All right. I'll go first, on the list of things to do. Goal one is just, I'm just going to put God, ... And then goal two, hanging out with Patrick, and both with family.
And hot chicks. Hot bitches.
No, you can't say hot bitch. Your wife is your hot bitch. That's why I said family.
I don't have a wife.
I know, but this is the goal that we're trying to achieve. So
Okay.
it's not a present. This is a future, or forever thing.
What if I
Hanging
want
out
hot
with-
bitches?
You can have hot bitches, but then that's not productive. Hear me out. Hanging the goal two and the plan, the scenario we want to have is hanging out with Patrick and with family, in a house. We meet up in season.
You doesn't what?
Season. It's a seasonal house, like a summer house or a fucking winter
Okay.
house, and this is just a place that both of our families kind of like hang out and become, not
Our compound, our like
yeah,
evil
we just hate
headquarters.
we hate each other, and then this is where we come to not hate each other,
Okay.
So and then hanging out with Patrick and the family house, we meet up in the season, and sort out games, like and play games of all sorts, playing
With hot
games
bitches.
of all sorts,
Of all sorts. Excets PlayStation. Don't be a traitor.
and then we'll say that since we want hot bitches, we'll say all girl e-gamers
we'll
teams
have like
that we sponsored.
And we'll have like a maximum time limit on them so that they're like strictly temporary bitches.
No,
Not
they're
to be long term. They're only
No,
allowed
no.
to be hanging around us for like a
You're
week.
thinking wrong.
That's it.
You're thinking wrong. These are okay. If these were e-game girls, they would have a scholarship through us or something. We would be funding, sponsoring them in
But sometimes,
sort
like,
of
I don't
way.
know. Do you ever have it like? I have a problem where like, oftentimes I'll find a chick that's interested, and like I'll be like, maybe, but then she gets on my nerves, and then I realize she's an idiot, but she's annoying.
It's fine.
Her
Okay,
voice grates on me, and then
you should be thankful.
then you got to shake her, you got to get rid of her. But
No,
like,
you don't.
You don't want to be mean, and it turns into a big mess, you know.
When you I decide to let's see, like, when a woman had me for a time, she gave me like all the best things that she would offer
You got to share
in order to make in order to make me
Oh
look
man,
good.
And
That'd be awesome.
yeah. And so just because she knew that I would be representing her
she
wherever
older?
I'd walk, huh?
It's usually
Oh.
older chicks that do that shit, isn't it?
Usually the more heavier set ones, you know. But
I
they, but they I would accept this and then take all the time to pay attention to her wants for me, and so that I would look better for her. In this kind of situation, if you were to realize any kind of you know, degradation of her character, you should build it, help her build it, and to become someone that also does
I'll
it back
build
to
anything
you.
she wants for fucking the right amount of dollar bills, yo.
No wonder you're still single. but it doesn't count for me. I need my partner already so we can like do shit. I'm always doing half-ass shit, and I realize I can't do this on my own. So now we got.
But you don't want to become dependent on someone else either, because that gives them too much power.
I'm not dependent. I need.
But like, you have to be careful not to be like kind of fall into that trap. Like, women will let you fall into that trap. You know what I mean? Like oh my god, this truck died 5 feet from the fucking garage. What a fucking shit show.
Well, of course, I wouldn't have no reason to hold her, or she would have no reason to like bound me or anything. But I want to tell her my
But as soon
goals
as a girl,
and
like,
see if they line up with hers. You know.
yeah, but like as soon as a girl like senses that like he needs me, the power shifts. Because all of a sudden she knows she can fucking do some shit and get away with it because like you think you need her. You know what I mean?
She wants to be a stumbling block. That should be nobody's job. If that were an option, of course I would deliberately offer it to her that you have the power to make me into nothing because I love you, you know?
But
Don't
like,
do it though.
yeah, it's because like I think like any successful relationship it's basically because you maintain the power struggle. No one ever gets the upper hand. That's the only way to do it. Because as soon as someone does, it's over.
I'm speaking
Someone
to a
gets
single
bored
man.
or the other person gets hurt. It's just fucking.
No, there's I believe I can enter a relationship and not having to go through all the problems that the other relationships are having. Like I'll when they like start to hate each other after a while, I don't think I'll be going through that.
I know I
And-
won't. Because like that's one thing I've noticed from living with girls. Because like girls I've lived with, I could live
No,
with them forever. Because like I was perfectly content and like I think I'm fun to be around, but like none of my exes talk to me or like me. So apparently I'm not as likable as I thought. But like I'm content. It's them that's the problem.
Let's focus on our goals. How about what
Okay,
else
okay.
did you since we have achieved hanging with each other at a seasonal house that we've purchased, I could say that it.
Let's call it the compound. The compound.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
it
really
sound
just
very
just
fucking
a
like
really
ominous.
big house or mansion thing where the kids and everybody can
Guards and
play in a
dogs.
safe area. You know, we.
Barbed wire fence.
Well, yeah, sure. I would like
Not
a
bad.
protective area where we feel safe. Huh? And
And a
how about
bunker.
this?
Underground bunker.
With okay, same with anti with the
I want the guards
means
like walking the perimeter. Like, wearing
means
uniforms and shit.
to protect against protect
Against the capitalist pigs.
yeah, just everything. Meet up in season playing all sorts of games with the means to protect against all odds. Against all odds. There we go.
I don't know about all odds. Just great.
Yeah, I don't want to have a weak spot. If
All right. All right.
yeah, all odds, all of it.
Well, if
I
there's a
mean-
weak spot, it's probably the hot bitches that get into a compound.
I'm pretty sure it will be.
They're the
like
weak
that.
link in the chain for sure.
Those parts where I'm offering my life. I basically died
if I propose, I'm basically dead already and have given my
That
life
is
to.
exactly how you should look at marriage.
Yeah, like
The end of
you're
your life.
basically giving your life to another person,
Well,
hoping
they
that
should be.
it
Like a
would.
marriage should be a partnership. You should be fucking like both
It
of you against the world instead
Yeah,
of against each other. Really,
and that's how it is.
I always fucking say it sounds psycho, but like I always tell girls, I want natural born killers. I want how like Mickey Mallory or like like murderers,
Okay,
but like
hold on.
without the murdering part, but like they're like it's them
You're
against
talking about
everybody
children,
else.
right?
No, I just want like I want a girl then that's like
Oh,
got my back where like it's me
okay.
and her against everybody else and not against each other.
That's right.
I just
Now,
you know what I mean, like a partnership,
so
like Mickey Mallory Knox without killing her.
a villainous relationship. Would you like
Not
to have
necessarily
the
villains.
strength? Well,
It doesn't have to be
you're not.
villains. It just
You're
has
not.
to be like
That's exactly
what?
doing Romeo
Well,
and Juliet here. You
well,
said,
yeah, like I basically want us to be like basically have similar principles
of what?
and trust with just each other and no one else.
Oh,
And,
I think that happens naturally. But she's gonna have.
because that's what
She has friends that are
relationships
basically at the council, who is above her, and they group up together every week or so and talk about you.
But
So-
like all I want is a girl that's into the relationship as much as I am. You know, so we're on the same level that way. So like basically, whatever I'm putting in, she's putting in, which would be a Mickey and Mallory Knox, because I'm an all-in kind of guy, and I'm a little psycho.
I guess you can't expect that because
I know. I've heard
you,
that.
so just so you need to
Doesn't really-
so drop that for now. What you said you wanted the her to act like, but as of it's not a villainous couple. You guys are what, like a business couple? Are you guys gonna be?
Okay, I've got a good example.
All right.
Something like that I often find when my relationships end. One of the things that kind of haunts me after is things like I save certain places in video games to show them, but like they're gone. But I still save those same things because like I just like I like having someone to show things to and like talk about my game. And that's like the biggest like thing I miss like when it ends is like just having someone to like that knows like what I'm into, what I like, what I think is cool, and then like
So
that
looking
just
for a
like
gamer girl.
decides to cut that person right out of their life forever. It's like devastating.
So you're looking for a gamer girl.
Possibly. Doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be one. Just has
Yeah.
to be one that basically like I just don't understand how people can like get to know somebody for years and then just cut them out like they're strangers. It's
Like
fascinating.
it's better to get into a relationship where it's your polar opposite, where it's not interested in all the stuff that you do, or never had interest in all the stuff that you do, and really that she doesn't do anything that you do.
Yeah, there's definitely I've tried like all of like kinds of colors of the spectrum there because like I dated a girl that didn't do that once and I tried to hide it from her. That was a very bad plan. That didn't work out well.
You know.
I would never do that again.
Oh.
As a side note, because
No.
it wasn't worth it.
No.
It was just like it was too much work, it was too much stress, it was living a lie. I hated it. I did not like it at all. And then eventually, fucking it all comes out, and then boom, you're fucked, and you're the bad guy no matter what. So no dice.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I've also dated girls that I was perfectly upfront with because I did drugs with them and they were doing the same drugs, and that is the only way I can actually see some success. But the problem is, most girls don't want to do drugs forever.
Yeah.
And the last one I was like that with, she would say she didn't want to do drugs forever, and I would say the word, I will hit with you full turkey. And she's like, I'm not ready yet. No problem. As soon as you are, we'll quit together. No problem. And I know I could. I know I could. But like, that's the only way I can. That's the fucking trade-off. Because and if somebody didn't put that line in the sand, I just won't do it. Because why would I?
Because you're awesome. You need to tell yourself that every now and then.
Well, and like, I'm only the me that I am because I've found the thing that kind of completes the package. You know, it's my fucking, it's my spinach to Popeye. You know.
Yeah. Spinach.
Plus, like, what do people do with their lives without it? Like, fuck, it just must be like there's a lot of hours in a day, and like just being bored or like blah, it just seems like a hell to me. Because I see a lot of people that have never done drugs, and they are miserable, man.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Most likely headed to suicide, you know?
Like, they basically have to dig up other people's skeletons to make themselves feel better about their life. And that's their existence, man. And I'm never going to live like that.
Yeah.
Because that's not living. These people
No,
are
it's
fucking,
not.
like miserable. And like, that's the reward for doing everything right and staying off drugs. Like, wow, that's like a fucking terrible deal. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, it is. Oh, fuck. I'm just got to...
Plus, like, it's gotta be boring, man. Like just like sobriety would get very old after a while.
It did.
I need to like change shit up once in a while, you know? And it's not always the same drug, but sometimes it's alcohol. Sometimes I like to get drunk. Luckily,
I
that's
just
not
don't
too
like
often.
the restriction in general.
Well, I like the buzz of alcohol. I find the alcohol is better as like it's like kind of like an accent to a buzz. When you get like too far on one end of the spectrum, you need some alcohol to balance it out and mellow it back down to, you know,
Yeah.
take that sketch off.
I think when you put alcohol in the game, it kind of takes over it. I think it's a little too much.
I definitely like I've had a couple like close calls with alcoholism, I think, because like it runs in my family a bit, and I do love the booze. But luckily, I handle it well, and like I've never had I've never like drank on a job or anything like that. But,
Yeah, I did.
But like I would definitely like I like day drinking. I like getting up in the morning and starting drinking first thing, and like
I don't see
drinking
it.
during the day.
I don't see it like I don't see it like being a problem. A time
think I'm funny.
that has a time limit
Funny as
or
fuck.
anything.
So, like, the only people that don't seem to like me when I'm drunk is my girlfriends. But like everybody else thinks I'm hilarious.
Because they represent you. You represent her, and she doesn't want someone that represents her looking like a total ass.
Yeah. I did a chick that is now finished her college and is a drug counselor, which I think is hilarious because this girl has zero empathy towards other human beings. Also has no values or morals of any kind. She has no integrity. Like she's literally like a Barbie doll that is been given a human life, but like a soulless one, a spoiled one too. And they're like, yeah, like the shit she like said to me, like I had to hide the dark with her too, but that's because if she found drugs, which she did on occasion, she would do them. She wouldn't like throw them out or yell at me. She wanted to do them, but she's too young in my opinion.
Offered it.
Well, and
She's a closet
she'd
smoker.
never done them before me. So like the fact that she would like start doing them, like that would be something that weighed on my conscience. Like if she became an addict like down the road, affecting her life or whatnot. So I was just looking out for her, trying to keep it from her, because that was the punishment when she found it. She would do them.
Did you make her do it? She would.
No, like she would grab them and fucking do them.
Do it.
And I'd have to I'd be like trying to talk her out of doing it, and she'd be like, "Shut up," and fucking do it anyway. So you get to do it, I get to do it. I don't know if that was her way of trying to make me do it, but
I think she was never offered.
no, she literally confiscated, and it was hers at that point. And the one time I actually kind of won the day because she found my drugs, and I was like, don't do it, don't do it. And it happened to be the anniversary of the day her grandmother died.
Oh.
So she's about to light the pipe, and I go, bet your grandma's real proud of you watching right now. And I walked out of the room and started to smash the pipe because she threw it after me and it smashed against the wall. But she did smoke it. So like I was an asshole and I had to fucking deal with her after that. But like at least she didn't do it. Because
Yeah.
I just like really didn't want, and she was way younger than me. So like if she'd ended up, like if anybody found out she's doing drugs, then they would blame me immediately.
Yeah.
History with it. And that would have gone badly for me too.
Yeah. I'm glad it did. Yeah.
Because like when I first started getting into it, I didn't know what it was, and I introduced it to a lot of people that lives were
Messed up?
deeply affected by it.
Oh. Oh.
So I've always had a policy since those days. If you haven't tried it, you can't try it. I'm not going to be the first time you do it. You can try it somewhere else, and maybe I'll swim somebody, but like you can't try it with me. I'm not introducing any new people to it. It's not happening. And people get all happy because they're like, oh, I just want to try it. I was like, oh, but like, you can't. Here, you can try it somewhere else. But
Yeah.
I'm not giving you any until you try it somewhere else first.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I think I would love to be a tutorial for like everything. It's just if I don't have an experience myself, you're gonna have. I'd probably give that option. You know.
I just like, I firmly believe that there's a drug out there waiting for everybody, and like you can quit certain drugs, and because they weren't the one. You can come across them and you're like, oh, that's addictive, but it didn't bother me because that's not the one. But when you find one, you're fucked. You're right fucked.
Yeah.
Because it'll be what you think fixes everything, and then how do you give that up? It's the one thing that fucking makes you the you you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Right.
It's really hard to give up after that. And I've seen it because I had a buddy that like he was high rolling, he was dealing and wheeling, gaming and shit. He was like, making a lot of money. He had 2 apartments, 2 cars, and 100 pairs of shoes. And he's like, I think I'm gonna try these oxy things that he was talking about. They seem like the end thing. And fucking boom, just like that, everything's gone. Now he's in jail. He's just like a complete deadbeat,
Wow.
like loser, like lost it all, like immediately.
I would never want to do that.
And it's like, wow, that was a smart move, man. Aren't you glad you like looked into that hobby? Like, and I warned him at the time. He even said, he came to me later and he's like, I said I was going to try those. You warned me. He said, fucking don't do it. It's like, well, it's common sense, man. Why don't you take the risk of trying new drugs? Because each one, like, could be the one that gets its hook on you.
Yeah.
Because I had, like, cocaine had me hooked. And then
Really?
basically the only thing that rescued me from that was fucking finding something else. Because I hated
I left
cocaine. Like,
I left
I
cocaine
loved it,
really
but I hated
quickly.
it. What's that?
I left cocaine really quickly. Like I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah,
So
see,
weak.
like, I really liked it at the beginning. But walking into the bar
Mm-hmm.
when you first start, you're like, I'm king of the world. But then, like, then you just don't go to the bar anymore because you're still like in a bathroom somewhere before the bar, fucking doing lines, and you never end up making it there. And then you start smoking it, and then fucking that's even shorter than fucking coke lines, and that's fucking crazy short. So like, that's definitely not very cost effective. We'll say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely can't beat that buzz for that 30 seconds. You got it. It's fucking pretty fucking intense buzz.
But I probably got some weak stuff, you know, long time. But I just never tried it again after that. I was like, this just sucks. I'm not. But the
It does
people
suck. It's
around me,
definitely not worth
they was
it.
like, can I have a bump too? I'm like,
All people are just fucking
okay,
hating.
shit, you can
I
have
don't
it.
know,
I'll
people.
just do anything for me.
Yep. It's like a whole disposable workforce for petty crimes and shit. So hey, go fucking break the windows in that car. Okay.
I wouldn't do that. That's fucked up. You did that?
No, I didn't. But
Okay.
people do it around here. It's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
pretty common. And then like the going rate for like basically if you offer like an object that you own for drugs or a service, it's all the payment is 0.2. 0.2 is the payment for everything. That's what you get. It's like stereo or fucking lunchbox, 0.2. Both worth the same because that's what dealers will get you.
Stereo?
Yeah, if you all that fucking those guys will shit at it because they know that like if they just went away, I don't know, I'll give you 0.2. They'll eventually take it. At first they'll bitch, they'll be like, no way, that's for $1,000. Yeah, but I'm not gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you 0.2, and they'll eventually take it. They want that 0.2. They'll hate you and bitch about it later, but like.
I think there
you got
needs
the
to be a
stereo.
standard within. Like dealers need to just uphold the standard and quit compromising.
I don't think it's that. Like, I don't know. Around here, like, nobody's fucking at the top for long. It's a temporary position. And if you find yourself there, you should be very careful what you do next because it's
The
always
guy can
changing.
snitch
Like,
you out. Like I would, then it needs to be settled at that height or something. You
well,
know,
like, but like, you don't retire a successful drug dealer because that's not how it works. Because like, if you're dealing drugs, you're selling someone else's drugs, and
Yeah.
they're making money off that.
yeah,
And like, you can't just go, okay, I'm done now. They're like, well, wait a minute, I'm making money on you. You're my income. You can't just say I'm done. Get back to work. It doesn't. So like, you can't. It's just like you get yourself into that position, and you can't get out because somebody's making money off you, and they're usually people you don't want to make angry.
I would certainly hope not, because I'm not dealing with anybody. But no, you need stuff needs to be established so that you can keep steady rate. You know, I don't think it should matter. Like the black market shouldn't really affect the regular market, but it does.
But like nickel and dime selling drugs is not like nobody can make a living on it. People like pretend like they can, but they can't. To make money that you would like live off of, you need to sell in quantity, and that's like definitely like takes you into a whole different set of problems. But like everyone at the street level, like basically if people do drugs, they'll sell drugs because they want to make money to get more drugs, right? So they on that point, so the most drug dealing that's going on the low level is just basically people doing it on the side to make extra money to buy drugs or to like cover their habit.
And I would love to just recruit and not have to worry about that shit.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely
we need more
a
people.
lot of work.
Yeah, I think it's worth it to gain one super trusted person and never have
So,
to worry about the person.
But the like key to all of this is a connection that's basically willing to spot you quantity. Because without somebody willing to do that, you have to front up all the money for the endeavor, and there's just way safer things to do with your money if you have that much money saved up.
Okay, yeah, I see that being the issue. But there's money should never be the focus.
Well, nobody would be selling drugs. Well, a lot of people do sell drugs just for like the fame and stuff, but those people are kind of stupid and heading to jail.
Yeah, most definitely. But we're coming to a part where I don't think I should be introducing anything I know to the next generation, or I should.
See, that's the stuff I wish I could, because one thing I would have liked having a kid was that I get to fucking like tell them stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want to tell them
definitely-
nothing. I know.
I think I would pass on a lot of good shit. You wouldn't listen. I know if I had a kid, if they wouldn't listen to anything I said, but
I'm
because
telling
I
you,
didn't
just go
listen to
for it.
anything.
You need to go
anybody
figure
told
it
me
out.
to.
And once it's a problem, you can come to me. We can figure it out.
Well, once the kid grew up and he looked back, he'd go, God damn it, he was right a lot. It would drive him nuts. like it does to me. But like, that's what I want. That's my legacy. I want to pass on.
I don't want to pass a legacy. I kind of hope to leave this earth unannounced and, you know,
That's
that
very
everything
emo.
would be fine. I'm sorry, but that was initially my. I had like 3 stupid ways that I wanted to die. One of them was like a dramatic ending, probably doing something very stupid all the way to the very
Like a
last
hand
point where
grenade or something
I get
involved,
shot
like-
or something, but I was grabbing my crotch at the very end, and you would clearly see me grabbing my crotch as I in whatever position I died in, you know. And then that there was die a fucking
I always kind of wanted to go out like where they can't even find any trace of the explosion, so they kind of.
that's fucked up. And,
Well, but it'd be instant, right? Like there's no pain involved.
no,
It would
how do
just
you
be
know?
like,
He never,
poof,
never
gone.
done it. We can't ask a person who just blown up. You don't.
Well,
I
like-
don't know.
But like bare minimum, by the nature of an explosion big enough to vaporize me, that would definitely be a noteworthy event for
yeah.
anybody nearby. So like
This
bare
is my
minimum, people would go, "Whoa, wow, see how he went? Yeah, that'd be crazy."
this is what I think about like what actually happens when you die. Like a lot of people, we study my religion so that when you die you sleep. But when I've come to study other things and other anomalies of things that are actually happening, I'm like, what if that person didn't die like according to plan? Like maybe he got shot out from his body, and then the actual the actual little driver in the back of all this flesh and stuff, pop out, and you're just super small.
That'd be weird.
That'd be fucked up.
Oh,
Like now you got
did
a
you see,
bigger
like-
world to try to fuck over.
They like the reason like the French stopped like chopping people's heads off
Mm-hmm.
is because like there was several cases where they chopped people's heads off and they continued to make noise, facial
Yeah.
expressions, and like you know, they were living for a while, and they figured like it's a gross amount of time that you're alive in just your head. And there was like an experiment where this guy wanted to test it, so he like went and they chopped this guy's head off. So he picked up the guy's head and he yelled his name, and the head opened its eyes and looked at him, and then it closed its eyes again, and then he yelled his name again, and this time it took longer, but the eyes opened and he looked at him again, and then he yelled it a third time, and he said this time the eyes opened and fixed him with steel-like stare, and then closed its eyes, and that was it. I was like, whoa, that's really creepy. And then like the investigation started because they executed a woman and they chopped her head off, and then for some reason someone there picked up the head and slapped it across the face, and the woman's face made it an incredulous, like, disgusted look, even though it was already chopped off of its body, but obviously didn't care for being slapped in the face so recently after having its head removed, which is odd. Really disturbing if you think about it.
I am thinking about it. I am disturbed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
man.
why would someone slap a person's face when they're already fucking got the head chopped off? Is my first question. But
Why
like,
are they chopping people's heads off?
well, the French like to chop people's heads off.
Oh,
And I think
fuck.
one of the biggest offenses was being rich at that time.
What?
Yeah, they kind of did that revolution thing where they kind of chopped all the rich people's heads off, and then they chopped the heads off of all the leaders of the revolution as well. So at least they were fair across the board about it. But in the end, a lot of people chopped their heads off. Not much to show out of it, really.
This is what
They
happens
don't
when-
have a king anymore.
I think everyone's copying David or something. You know, since that one point when he chopped Goliath's head off, I think everyone's like, oh, well, I guess that works. You know?
Yeah, the idea of your head remaining conscious for like up to 2 minutes after being chopped off is very unpleasant
Yeah, see-
experience, I imagine.
That's what I don't want to. I guess I'm not into. I guess my basic study so far is just not. I'm in the
That's to be
business
avoided,
for
I think.
life. Yeah, I'm in the business of life. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
do it, and
that's
I don't
definitely got
know.
way too many unknowns to be like risking fucking around with it until you
Yeah,
absolutely have
yeah,
to. In my
yeah.
opinion, because fucking who knows? Maybe you're going to hell. You know, and then you'd
Look,
feel stupid
you, you
for killing yourself.
you
You
have
know.
to tell everyone needs to know that they are being directed to hell. Your first objective is to go to hell. You were
Yeah.
supposed to die and go to hell. Now there's a person out there, or was there, like about 2,000 years ago, who totally stopped that. We need
See,
to.
like I don't know. I kind of look at it different because like a lot of people like to blame Jesus and the church and everything for a lot of things, and I do too because like the church is guilty of a lot of evil things, a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Um, and I think Jesus was a man. I think he was
Yeah,
around
yeah.
Israel and did his thing, but I think he was a man. I like
Mhm.
I think he was a great man. I think he's
Yeah.
one of the human race's proudest moments because he showed the potential of a human that thinks is divine. And like he was ahead of his time. He had all these people following him, and he was an amazing man. And he came up with some stuff that was
It
groundbreaking at the
it
time.
was a fucked up time. You got to realize that too. Like,
Yeah,
during the time that
but
he
there was
was
no
around,
religions on
they came up
earth
with
that said turn the other
crucifixion.
cheek. Yeah, that's wild shit.
They came up with crucifixion. They were killing babies. All sorts of
If
unspoken
you had
manners of
sex
evil
with your
were.
wife during her period, you were stoned to death by the village. That
That's
is
stupid.
insane. Yeah,
What a
it's in
terrible
the
time to be
Bible still.
living.
Like it's fucking crazy.
What a terrible time to be living. I
Yeah, it's
don't.
definitely not nice. But then Jesus came along, who was like almost like he didn't fit into it because he thought different. He thought outside the box because he was raised his whole life being
Holy.
told you're God, Son of God, which
Yeah.
is a big claim, but like he lived up to it. Showed that
Yeah.
humans can fucking be fake at least like a divine because like he definitely I think he's definitely one of the best human beings that's ever lived. I would definitely he'd be one of my top 3 of all time historical figures I would like to talk to.
I think he achieved godliness, man. I think he
Yep.
achieved God mode. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. There's a lot of evidence of his work that I've been testing and going through that it totally seals that on the line, like this guy achieved godliness and
The one thing that
did a
really
lot of
makes
things.
it stand out
That,
that I think he's a good guy because the Jews didn't like him.
that's the cost of dealing with
he
Jesus.
was
Like
taking their power a little bit. They definitely didn't like him. They were threatened by Jesus.
they
They
were.
didn't like it.
You got to understand that whenever it's in that situation, you are holding the spirit of that. And someday, if you decide to dive into it, you'll understand. But up until that point, you got
I didn't
to.
admit this before, but I think I'm becoming an anti-Semite a little bit.
Don't be an
Most,
anti-Semite.
I kind of like
They're
when
already
you're like you just kind
they're
of
already
feel
crazy.
something
You don't
is
want
the
to.
right way because like they're the bad guys, man.
Dude, you don't want to add to what's already crazy. They're already crazy.
But,
You don't
but
want to
like the
have
world's
anti-crazy. You just
but
gotta be
like
crazy
the longer we
too.
ignore the fact that they're the bad guys, just because they were the victims once, it's allowing atrocities of like magnitudes that we don't understand. Like they're trying to do the one thing that they were victims of, and like that's so wrong on every level, man. Like it's everything
Yeah.
about their angle, their fucking approach, their handling of everything is wrong.
Yeah.
And I fucking don't care how politically incorrect or sensitive that subject is because
Yeah.
it's fucking wrong, man.
Yeah.
They're acting like monsters, man, and they're dragging the West into it because
Yeah.
now the Americas had to back them up against all the fucking people that are like, hey, you're monsters, and like now
the
America's like,
people in
don't fucking
Palestine
do
aren't
nothing.
Jews anymore. I think they're Arabian. The people in Palestine.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Yeah,
talking
the
about.
Jews are the ones that are oppressing or killing, just genociding them. The one thing, like, it's on the internet, and nobody fucking seems to fucking want to like face this fact. No matter how you feel about both parties,
Mm-hmm.
there's one thing on the internet I can point out. So at the start of this conflict, Hamas had 20,000 armed troops, and look, when I say armed, that means like they're barely armed. They have like haphazard AK-47s that they've managed to find somewhere, and that's it. No equipment, nothing else. Barely even ammo. So 20,000 and some scrap guns. Israel started this conflict with 500,000 troops and $50 billion military budget backed by America. So why is it still going on? Like, how could they have not wiped out 20,000 troops?
What's going on is actually
Genocide,
it's a
in my
slaughter.
opinion.
I
Yeah,
think it's a
they're
slaughter.
trying to actually wipe them out.
It's because they keep saying like, "Hey, these guys are totally causing trouble," and I'm like, "So where's your opponent?" You're like,
But, like,
I don't see him.
That gives you the right to like take care of the troublemaker. It doesn't give you the right to kill his family.
Yeah, no.
Like, and that's like, Israel's been doing this for years, man. Like, they get a terrorist attack, and their response is to fire rockets at civilian encampments. That's not justice. That's vengeance. That's murder.
I don't think they're doing that. No one's really claiming these rockets, so I don't want to.
But they were doing that before this thing broke out. Like, they've been doing that since the 80s, man.
Okay.
Like, that was their answer to terrorist attacks, because like a suicide bomber would blow himself up. But you can't blame all of Palestine for a suicide bomber. It's a suicide bomber.
Yeah.
You know, like killing like hundreds more Palestinians to make them pay. That's making you monster. That's wrong. That's the wrong way to come about it. And like and now they've turned an attack into a war under the idea that they have the right to defend themselves. But like if a man attacks me, do I get to go kill everyone he's ever met? I don't. That's wrong. Because those people didn't do anything wrong. And Israel's like literally telling like unarmed non-combatants it's safe to go here, and then they bomb there.
I think they're acting
Killing
out
innocent
with
people
their
that are
one of their orders.
just
that's
running
all.
for their lives.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think they're just acting out on their orders.
I think Hitler would be proud of them. I know that's a really bad thing to say, but like it's true. This is Hitler's legacy, and they're doing exactly what they were
Hitler was
taught.
doing. Yeah.
Because like they have to go through checkpoints where they have to have their papers like fucking authorized. They figured out the amount of calories an adult Palestinian needs per day to survive. Like it's fucking
Wow.
so Nazi-esque, like it's fucking disgusting. And like no one's fucking calling them on it. Everyone's like, no, Israel's our ally. So it's like, no, Israel's a bully and a monster. Like they're killing them for no reason. And like, not to mention all those people's homes, they've leveled the Gaza Strip. There's nothing left. I don't even know what they're fighting over anymore. There's nothing left. And all the countries that had like aid workers and Red Cross workers that were killed by Israel saying, oh no, it's safe, and then they just bomb indiscriminately anyway. It's not like they're fighting like toe to toe, like man, they're just bombing civilians. It's not fucking even a war. It's just like literally killing.
Yeah.
And they're like, if there's an organization out there that I dislike more than the CIA, it's the Israeli secret police. Because those are bad people.
That's where it came from.
You got all muffled again.
Oh, sorry. The secret
No,
police. That's where it came from. I was always wondering who was actually doing it. I was like, the British wouldn't say that, you know.
What was that?
Because the British wouldn't say that. I was always wondering where the secret police actually came from, and I was looking at I thought it was Britain that decided that name, and I was like, that's a stupid ass name. Who would want to be secret police? You know? Yeah, that's like and now that you cleared it up with me, and I realized that this thing, I can see who gave the name to the secret police. Now that you mention it, and it's like, oh man, it makes sense now. It's all sense. Oh, I think, there's a lot more things going on in Gaza.
Well, like,
But the,
what? Because like, there's not really many options. Like,
Yeah.
like it's amazing. Like, I think like Israel has basically had the capacity to defeat Hamas like
Long
100
time-
days ago.
yeah.
But basically, like, they're not because that's not going to be satisfactory this time. They want to fucking like wipe them out, or at
But-
least neutralize them so that they're no longer their problem.
What if people are being sent there? Like all the COVID people that were kidnapped and told that were dead are actually still alive in COVID in Gaza Street. That'd be
Like, even though like I don't know if there's a God or not, I do
Mhm.
know that you can't act like they're acting and there
Yeah.
not be repercussions at some point.
Yeah.
Because they think they're super slick and they're just getting away with fucking murdering all these people, but it's not going to work like that because all of those like Islamic countries around them, like you can't be in power forever. You can't be the strong one all the time because eventually, like, say like what if America fucking has to stop a lot of their
I don't
military
think they get. I don't think
spending,
they know. I don't think that they're getting the news or anything. You know, to be honest, like they're just watching on TV or just
Nobody
distracted
is really. 'Cause,
with life or something. I think.
it's just propaganda out there now. It's crazy.
Yeah,
can't believe
yeah. I
shit.
really think like they're not. They don't know.
But like,
And-
they don't need to know because like, there's certain people that like are worried about fucking like what people know because they're just like out there doing acts like
Yeah.
killing, and if they can cover that up as long as they can and make themselves look like a good guy, that's what they're gonna try to do. But like, there's no justification for it. There's absolutely no justification for killing non-combatants, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it sound like they're fighting Hamas still, but I think Hamas has been long ago like that.
Yeah.
Like 20,000 troops against 500,000. You know how much of a difference that is? That's a big difference.
Yeah. And they
And
they have
And all of the
superior
Hamas
weapons.
were like concentrated in one area that's now a rubble pile. So where are they fighting from? They have no base of operations. You can't say they're like guerrilla tactics because it's like a rubble pile, man. There's nowhere to hide in a rubble pile.
Yeah.
But like,
But-
I don't know.
But-
I just try to avoid the subject because I don't like offending people. And politics definitely offends people on fucking Xbox a lot.
No, people need to talk about this stuff, or
I
no one
think so
else
because,
is.
and it's gotten to the point because like for years I keep my political opinions to myself because
Yeah.
it just doesn't go anywhere. But
Mhm.
this is something I feel very, very strongly about because Israel is not only wrong, they're hypocrites and they're turning into monsters and they're dragging the states down into it with them. And that's dangerous for everybody.
They need to evacuate the kids first.
Like the states shouldn't have backed their play
Yeah.
because the first thing they did was jump in and say, hey, like, don't attack Israel. Well, why? Israel can't like just do whatever they want and not get attacked for it. Just because you're going to come in and say like they're our ally, but like why are they your ally?
I want to hear what they know, or who. I need a full memory dump of what they know, and
But they didn't even exist before World War II. They just had nowhere to stick all the Jewish people that survived. So they're like, here, have your Holy Land, your own state. Just ignore all the people that are already living here. And now, and basically like that got the backing of like everybody. So like they're like Israel's new since World War II. Like they're one of the newest countries. But like their only claim to that land was what's written in the Bible, but they crossed the desert for 40 years.
the Jews have long gone from that land. It's just Arabs that who ruled it, who took over it a long time ago.
Yeah, but like the Jewish people were spread out all over. They didn't have a land
Mm.
to
Yeah.
claim. They just said that was their original land because that's what the Bible told them, which is like, there's a lot of cool stuff in the Bible, but like that's definitely not like a lot of it's not factual stuff, you know? Like,
Yeah.
40 years wandering in the desert, it's a little hard to fucking believe. But they
Like
think
that-
it's literal. Like they're like, no,
Mhm.
that's what we did, and we walked out of Israel, and this is our holy land, and like, and all those other people that already lived there were like, wait, this is our holy land. Like, yeah, but you worship Allah, so you don't matter.
Like it looked like. Have you seen the way that it's designed, like the land and landscaping and everything of where Iraq and all of that Mesopotamia is at? It looks like a fucking trap. Like it was deliberate.
Yeah.
It looks like it was designed to keep whatever in and never let it out.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Have you ever read? I didn't read it. I listened to the audiobook of it. It was very good. Dante's Inferno.
Oh, I'm playing through that right now. Or well, not exactly
like
right
the
now,
book?
but yeah.
This
No,
is like
tell me
a
about it.
book over there.
Yeah.
But like, I remember like there's an audiobook you should check out. It's Dante's Inferno read by John Cleese from Monty
Mhm.
Python. And
Okay.
it's really, really good. Because he reads it like in the original text. Like, it's kind of Old English and a little hard to understand but you can kind of get the gist of what's going on, you know?
Okay.
Old English is kind of weird sounding. But like, it's definitely not hard to figure out, I don't know.
Okay.
But there's still like courses like in college and universities that like discuss like the meanings behind a lot of what was written in that book because it's got a lot of political like fucking stuff that was going on at the time. And it's a very old book. But one of the things that they like find when they're traveling across the landscapes of hell is it's the city of Dis, which is and he describes it as all like mosques with the hells of fire burning in the mosques because like at that time like the Crusades and shit, right? So like they were like the bad guy, they were the devil, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like it's funny that like that they had like that like propaganda was even going on back then.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, it's wild how deep-seated that fucking war has been, like Islam versus fucking Christianity.
Yeah.
When they're like all worshiping the same fucking characters and people, like it's crazy.
No, I read about I've did a little bit of researching towards the teachings of Islam and Muslim,
Mm-hmm.
and it was created from like these two people, so British lady and this other. I would like to say Middle Eastern.
Islam's pretty old. I
You
think
know,
it predates Britain.
they were talking about it. You can try to do some research and see how far back you can go, and it was created, by
Okay.
these two people. Well, this is I can't stick it as truth, but this is what I said.
Yeah, no,
I never
I'm
thought.
listening.
Yeah, I never thought to keep it anything, but it was they were. I think they were like lovers or something, and then they decided to create a religion of what makes no exact
Like
real sense.
Before the Crusades, or
Yeah,
like-
this is when the during the silver part of Nebuchadnezzar's statue, it was in Greece and no, the Persians were next, right? The Persians and no, the Greeks and then the Persians.
so
It was-
British people would have been like Saxons back then, wouldn't they?
I think there was yeah, they were not as growing as much, but it was just two people who decided on the what was to be written and
Kind of like Mormons.
yeah they oh my goodness, how the Mormons on the other hand are really kind of,
Crazy.
I guess, yeah, but,
Because,
but
like, that
they,
guy was a con artist, man. Like, that guy's fucking
but they
straight up bullshit.
but they only prove that, like, you know, that you could create anything, and when you raise that person up, that person will not deviate from that teaching. And he was this
Yeah, so
is a girl that
I don't know,
talks
like
about.
how like, that religion screams you're getting fucking juked. Like everything about it is just like such a scam.
At least they're not hunting each other like some religions I know. Like
Yeah.
freaking what's that
No, they
place
seem like
called?
nice people for the most
The-
part, except for the
the
pushiness. But
I'm hearing a lot of bad things about Jehovah's Witnesses, and like they're probably the CIA of the religion thing.
they're definitely very strict, and they have
Yeah.
really weird fucking things that they're strict about. Because I definitely had a friend that was Jehovah's Witness in school, and he had to leave the classroom for the playing of the national anthem, which made him an outcast like immediately on his first day.
What?
Yeah.
Why
They
would
also
you do
aren't
that?
allowed to have blood transfusions from car accidents, and they also strongly believe that tattoos of any kind are defiling the temple of God.
My religion believe that too. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't have tattoos for that reason too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, and
maybe
then their
someday.
eyes, like drugs or anything you do that's not pure is defiling the temple. And, like, that's definitely going a little bit far.
Dude, I'm gonna eat whatever I'm gonna eat. You know,
Yep.
you don't.
Well,
Don't-
in the
I'm not
blood
gonna
thing,
tell-
like, they let people that could easily be saved from a car accident, they let them die because of the
That's
belief
fucking.
that the impure blood of another person.
I don't think they have a
like-
choice if they're unconscious.
No, they don't. But, like, if they're unconscious, like, they were like, those who choose to die over fucking allowing someone else's blood to be put in it. Which is gross. Like, I definitely see where they're coming from. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to get blood from someone else's dude.
It's
But
plasma.
if the choice is death, I'll take
Yeah.
it. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a close call, but, like, yeah, you got a good argument there. Dying stuff. So, I'll take the blood. But, like, how's that offending God? Like, that's not... That's
There's
definitely
probably
not
written
something to offend
scripture
God.
where they really pondered about it and came up with a decision of like, yeah, these guys are. This is
Right.
probably not the way. They
Yeah.
have the reasons.
But you know
They have
what?
the reasons. Huh?
Did you ever read about that book of Judas they found? Because it backed up a bunch of what fucking Jehovah's Witnesses say.
Oh man. Well, like what they say.
Basically, the number of people that are allowed into heaven basically backs that up. That only a certain group of people get to go to heaven. And, like, basically that whole concept, it's pretty specific to Jehovah's Witness.
There
But
was
it's like,
allotted.
it's definitely in the book of Judas that he says, like, yeah, like, most people don't have souls.
The-
Only people with souls go to heaven.
There was an allotted amount of number. Yes, and there was a certain amount of people. Yes, but there was a time where they were being called out, and they did not respond, and they rejected the message, and thus therefore that option is no longer available.
Yeah, it's great. Like, reading the translation of the book of Judas was definitely, like, I don't know, it made my fucking hair on my arms stand up. It's definitely fucking creepy. Like, some of the stuff.
Yeah,
Like, especially knowing that, like, they've carbon dated it and it goes back to the right time and everything. So this isn't just like someone's art fucking project. Like, this was from
No.
the time of these events, and like the account of, like, Jesus definitely doesn't come off like a very nice guy. He definitely comes off kind of smug, like he knows a lot more about what's going on than everybody else, and it seems like he does, because like he tells Judas, "You're about to be the biggest fall guy in history," and like Judas doesn't know what he's talking about, and he just kind of laughs at him and says, "Because of you being, you know, the biggest fall guy in history, I'm gonna answer whatever question you want to know." And Judas says, like, "I want to know what happens after we die," and he says, "Okay, I'll tell you.
sleep.
If you have a soul, you go to heaven, but not everyone has souls." And,
No,
and then, like, the rest of the book of Judas is completely censored out, where people over the years have scribbled over it and destroyed it because they didn't like what it said. And if that's the stuff that, like, was left, can you imagine what things were lost fucking history about it in that book
Yeah,
because of people's fucking like selfishness, basically.
I think that's the curse that's been left behind, or that's what's causing a lot of the problems of today. That they did take stuff out, and that should have been seen, even if it was a mistake. It
But like,
would have been.
but like those
It
books of
should have been
Judas,
for
man,
us to
like the
decide.
majority of it is been scribbled out by people over the years because they just found it in like the 90s, and it's been circulating for who knows how long. Because at least there's definitely more than one person that's scribbled out stuff that they found offensive in that book of Judas. And like I will, if I could fucking punish the most severe punishment ever, it would be to those people, because like covering the truth because it offends your belief system is one of
It's
the most
not your.
despicable acts I could possibly
It's not
imagine.
for them to decide.
No,
You know?
truth doesn't belong to anyone. It's everyone's,
Yeah.
and,
Or
you don't
any-
have the right to fucking do it.
just record. And if it was record and it was a mistake, let us decide. You know, if it if it is to
okay,
corrupt.
like it's right in the Bible that you're not supposed to judge. Yes, let you be judged by yourself, and like looking at something that's written and thinking, oh, this is a truth I need to hide from the rest of history and the human race, so I'm going to destroy it. That's like how could I don't know how any Christian could possibly think that that is the right path, you know? Because that's not your truth. That's God's truth. And you're gonna hide it from everyone because you think you know better than God? Like, it seems kind of like sacrilegious to do something like that, you know?
That's probably why Hitler destroyed all the Bibles. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and that's like kind of a different concept, I guess, because like if you don't fully believe in something, then you can just focus on the worldly kind of aspects of life and just not worry about the afterlife until it happens. But like.
I can't forsake my freaking way. It's my way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should forsake any ways that they don't want
Yeah.
to, but like
Or anything.
I definitely
really.
know that like I don't know enough about the afterlife, and there's no possible lead to me knowing more about it until I'm dead. So I'm just absolutely not going to worry about it until I get there, because I also have lived a life where I'm confident I don't deserve to go to hell.
I don't think anybody does. Nobody should.
No.
Nobody
I don't deserve purgatory either. In fact, when I die, I strongly believe I deserve fucking angels.
But
I
you
lived a
did.
life, and now I'm dead. So let me know what's going on. Show me some light on this mystery that's the universe. Or maybe there's no mystery, but show me that there's no mystery. I want to know what's going on. You know? But we don't get to choose that shit. But I'm hoping. I got my fingers
Actually,
crossed.
you kind of do. You can start practicing. Can you remember what you dreamt of last week?
I'm like strongly hoping for the judgment scenario that like Christians talk about, because I
I'm
want to
just-
have some words with God. I got some questions for him.
I'm just
and I got
asking.
some statements for him.
So now we could practice on this thing, all right? Let's say, for example, let's just say that every time that you freaking went to sleep, you actually were dead or something, and then that you transfer over to the other fucking body, which is probably the same exact one, and if you could remember anything in between that, maybe you could remember this life when you go to the next. I don't know. I'm just saying a bunch of words.
You want to? I witnessed this kind of sad story, but these two ladies I worked with, and one got like diagnosed with cancer. So basically, they gave her so long to live. So she knew she was dying, and her best friend at work, they were pretty good about it, like up until the end, and like they tried to be like very like reasonable about it. But they basically said, okay, well, maybe this is our opportunity to find out what's going on after we die. So when you die, if there's any way you can possibly get any kind of message or sign to me, do it. She's like, I promise you, I will fucking give you a sign or give you something. Like, you'll know if there's any possibility. And 2 years later, she's like, well, I guess when we die, because she never said any time. So, that's fucking sad. I don't know what to say to that.
Alright.
Yeah. I was like, well, maybe there's just no way to get a message through. And she's like, yeah, I guess that's true, but it doesn't seem like very much hope to hang on to that. I was like, no, it doesn't.
All right. Hey, but I mean, man, yeah, I gotta go to work now. It's already
Yeah, no
6
worries,
a.m.
man.
for me. Hey, I'll talk to you
Good.
more when I get back. This is very interesting that we got to talk about this, and I really did enjoy our time together, man. I'll see you later tonight.
All right, see you, man.
All right, take it easy.